Bye. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. And we're properly live. Here we are. Everything appears to be going well. Finish that into the background. Copy this. There we go. And we do that. Yeah. And we are good to go. Yeah. Alright. Now we can officially begin. Hoist. Oh, why is that full screen? Nope. Let me pause that. And we play our reading music. I pull out my book. Hop on over here. We do this. There we go. Make this full screen. Yeah. Yay, we got it. Alright. Here we go. Should be all good and set and ready to take on the world. Or some semblance of the world. Who knows? Alrighty. Where's my fidget? There's my fidget. So we left off with Brooksy and Jess hanging out, and Lincoln and Ed here walked in on him, just having a good time. This is the repercussions of his actions. I say repercussions, but not really. Him, and etc. Hey. Where's Jess?
Deciding what to wear now.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize you two were, friends.
After I borrowed your camera that one time, we started hanging out sometimes.
Cool. Are you two,
What?
No, forget it. It was just... I came in at a weird moment, I guess.
Yeah. Weird. Your sister is super hot. She's like a tall girl you. She smells so pretty.
Please stop talking. I swear, managing is way too political for me. Doesn't have It doesn't have to be. You just tend to do stuff before you look at all your options. I mean, it's still gonna be political, but you could reduce your troubles by taking in the long view of things. What do you mean? You have to extrapolate the outcome of events, consider what effect your actions will have on things, anticipate possible issues, and you just want to manage a store, not be a freaking psychic. Dude, it's not magic, it's understanding people. Well, it sounds suspiciously like magic. Fair enough. Let me see if I can explain it in a way you can parse out. Like, what do you actually know about Joe? She's nervous and shy and knows a lot about movies. Cool. That's a good start. But anyone could learn that after talking to her for about a minute. You need to go deep enough to find out what motivates a person. Once you get in someone's head, that's when you can really start properly manipulating them. I don't want to manipulate people, I want to lead them. Leadership is convincing people that doing what you want is the right course of action. It's the same thing. A lot of the time, it's easier to lead people if they don't realize they're being led. I guess. Seems kind of disingenuous, you know? I don't see manipulation as worse or better than any other leadership style. Goal is what's important to me. I try and teach you to be charismatic, but I don't know if you have it in you, and manipulation is kind of my thing. You're doing it now, aren't you? See? You're a natural. Wait, so what's your angle? Why is this course of action you want me to... Why is this course of action you want me to take? You may not like it if I spell it out. Is that something you're prepared to accept? Sure. What's your grand plan? I want to know. Managers don't last long here. That's a fact. You get fired, Lord forbid, the assistant steps up. After they get John, and after you they get John. But after that, probably a new manager from outside. Everyone under you two stays relatively safe. Why put him in harm's way, so to speak, rather than Carol? He's the kind of person who can walk into a place and be instantly at home. That's what he did here. If he gets fired, he moves on. Probably to a job that with better prospects. But isn't John, like, your best friend? Sometimes you have to leave the strong to fend for themselves. You're my friend too, but you don't need me looking out for you any more than he does. Brooksy plus Jess equals heart. Brooksy plus, oh god. Why did her name just leave my head? I just read it a couple days ago. Equals lots of hearts. Heart... not the same, but lots of hearts. Love antagonist question mark?
She's been staring into space for a long time. Is she okay?
Yeah, my theory is this is what happens as her software updates.
Joe, are you still in there? Having a seizure or something? Blink if you can hear me. Sorry. Thinking. No kidding. Okay, well... Listen before you zone out again. Explain your movie plans to Brother and me. We totally need to get moving on it. I don't really have any, I guess. I kinda don't know how to start. Like, you need to talk to people about stuff. And like, I've got work, you know? It's a lot of stuff to sort. Oh, you need a producer! I could totally be that! I'd be awesome at that!
Jess, this is Brooksy's thing. You shouldn't be trying to jump in and take over.
I'm not. Producer is a real important thing to be. But you don't even know what they do.
Okay, in fairness, I don't actually know what a producer does, but I know what you do, which is take over people's projects and get bored halfway through.
No, I won't. Not this time. Committed to this project completely.
Project that doesn't have a script, or cast, or anything?
Yet?
Okay, fine. So, what is it a producer does then?
Well, it's hard to explain.
Uh-huh. I'm being swept away on a veritable tsunami of confidence.
Oh no. Help me. Logistics.
Huh?
That's what a producer does. A real one. They make sure production has anything it needs to succeed. Sometimes they do all the coordination between departments and stuff.
Sounds important and difficult.
Can be. It's the hardest job on some productions. Are you sure you can handle it? I can be a harsh mistress. I'm ready for whatever punishment you've got, lady.
Okay, you guys have to stop talking like that. Can't handle a kink. Stay out of the bedroom.
So, what was it like?
Ads. And we go about our business. Retweeting the socials. Yep. Jump over here. And come back over here. Get that back up. Take a break, get some food, get some water if you can. Precious, life-giving water. And there we go. Welcome back, everybody who is stuck in ad hell.
So, what was it like? What was what like? Don't be coy with me, Big Red. The first time you consummated your union. But Nina! Don't but Nina me. You two boiled over each other for ages. Kind of passion has to explode after being pent up for that long. Nina, I know I said I'd tell you whatever. Can we wait till later? Does it have to be here? It's so embarrassing. Carol, I need this. I've too long been chast. I'm a romance vampire. Let me live through you. Alright, if you absolutely can't wait, that night, it was the best terrible sex I've ever had. It was also the most I've had in a short period of time. There wasn't a main course, but there were a lot of courses. But Thomas lacks an experience he makes up for in tenacity. I can't blame him for being that excited. I mean, look at me. It's like he didn't burst into flames when I took off my shirt. So it wasn't magical and passionate and the best ever? No, it was just not like movie perfect. It made me feel beautiful. Like really properly the most gorgeous girl he ever saw. Oh, that's so sweet. I think I deserve it. I told you so. Yes, we are a fantastic couple. You're absolutely right. Even though he makes me so angry sometimes, I love him with all my heart. I told you so, I told you so, no, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. Go on, get it out of your system. It's been building up for some time now.
So what should I do till you talk to Carol? As little as possible, which would not be difficult if you or anyone else. I don't like sitting around. It's boring. I want to be out there managing stuff. Sound like my dad. Nobody does that anymore. How did you ever make it through your training? When I was training, they taught us a bunch of opposite stuff from what they actually wanted. I thought when I got to a store, I'd get some actual power to make choices. But it's like they want to run the store from far away so nobody can do stuff they don't like. No, I'm not really a manager. I'm a messenger.
Wow, people really like books,
Whoop.
huh?
Oh, Oatsmate, thank you so much for the follow. Please, welcome on in, Enjoy your stay in the Endless Archive. Grab a book, pull up a nice space, enjoy your stay. Too bad you didn't peek at the correspondence before you got here.
So, who's the writer on this project?
Thomas.
Really? I didn't know he could write.
At a 5th grade level.
Really?
Sorry, low-hanging fruit. Couldn't resist.
Well, if Thomas can't step up, at least we have you to fall back on.
Whatever. Jill laughed. I win this round.
Let's ignore brother's nonsense for the moment, shall we? The way I see it, you and I need to meet up with Thomas and choose a script.
Okay.
After that, I'll be able to figure out what resources we need to get started.
When do you go to school?
As you well know, I go to community college in Kansas, state where they still don't buy evolution. It's the physical equivalent of the History Channel with a football team. I got full marks for a paper about ancient aliens. I wrote it in half an hour.
Okay, you made your point. I feel bad for not going with you.
Will you really be able to help me and be in school? I don't want to mess your life up.
Well, don't tell on me, but I'm not living up to my potential. I'm actually super smart too. Smart enough to keep it a secret from anybody important.
I can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm important. Totally important. I can tell mom and dad on you. Whatever, you'd never rat me out. You've always been my bitch.
Are you guys always like this?
For 21 years, I can't harmonize with myself.
Awesome. What an awesome day.
Nina, can you keep this secret long enough for me to ace Thomas into it?
Of course I can.
Nina?
I'll be a rock, Carol. I'll never suspect a thing.
Well, good, because here he comes.
You lied to me.
Yeah, turning into a hobby. Oh, why is that doing what it's supposed to be doing? There we go. There we go. Just had to double check some stuff in the background. Apologies. Well, I guess I could go see what else needs doing, but I've been meaning to ask. Are you ready for the signing? Yes. Okay, great. Glad you've come to terms with that thing. Keep me posted on our plan? You got it, boss. Hey, ladies, what's going on? Any tasks I can help with?
No, I'm good. You can help me get to set the sail wall if you want.
Sweet, let's book it up.
Hey, wait a second.
Hmm?
You know what she's wearing isn't up to code, right? You gonna say anything about it?
Don't take this from me, Carol. I beg you.
You're pathetic. You know that?
Well, go on already. Scolding you is like trying to scold the teddy bear. That's right. I'm just a silly old bear. Later that evening.
So, did you have a good day?
I've had worse. How about you?
It was kind of good in a weird way.
Neat. Love to hear about it.
Well, actually, I kind of want to apologize first. I maybe overreacted a bit about you joke telling Brooksy and John about us.
No, I was being cocky. I crossed a line and you were right to be mad. Why did my screen blink again? Definitely need to replace this fucking monitor, I guess.
Well, maybe not as bad as I will. Well, maybe. Not as mad as I was, and maybe I should have let it carry over to today.
Maybe so. Well, a change of heart. Welcome as it may be.
Oh, well, it's just... Oh, God! This is so utterly embarrassing.
Okay. I'm officially terrified.
I screwed up and Nina found out about us.
Oh, jeez. You'll like to give me a heart attack. Thought it was gonna be something bad.
Well, it's not great.
Yeah, but nothing like the horrors my brain was trying to conjure. I mean, Nina might as well be my sister. It was always just a matter of time before someone figured it out anyway. It's like now we both have someone to talk to about each other with. I'm just glad it was you who screwed up.
Oh, here we go. Go on, get it out of your system now. Let's not make this a thing.
Oh, don't worry. I'm no thing maker. That's all I had.
Oh, good. Not about to tolerate any sass concerning this incident.
I'm well aware of the no sass policy. I shall endeavor to make matters concerning what will hereafter be known as the incident as free of sass as I am capable.
You trying some kind of weird reverse no sass sassin?
Okay, we have to stop saying sass. It's losing its meaning in my head.
It's a good thing no one can hear us right now because we are being incredibly stupid.
No argument here. But I'm glad we're back to being stupid as a team.
Go Team Stupid. Your place, 15 minutes. Have food ready for me, okay? You know what I like.
Yes, ma'am. By your command.
So, did Mike talk to you about anything important today?
Yeah, I suppose he did. He offered me a position as assistant manager.
Oh, wow. You're not gonna take it, are you? You always said you wouldn't.
I don't know. Feel like I might have to. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, it just swallowed funny. Why? Why in the world do you think you'd have to take the job?
Well, if I don't, then it's either John, Nina, or you. No matter who it is, they're the next in line to get fired once Mike is gone. Just a matter of time. Nina's happy. She's as close to her dream job as she'll ever get without a degree. But bookstores are an endangered species. There's a good chance she'll never work in one again if something happens. You said you didn't want to start over someplace new, and we're pretty close to Mike now. I suspect he'd choose you next after me. Selfish and dumb, but having you there is the best part of my job. So, I may as well go first. You're not going to be there, it doesn't matter where I work. Of course, when I'm gone, there won't be anyone to watch out for Joe and Ed, or gently nudge Reggie towards not being such a dick. Kind of a Kobayashi Maru. No matter what I do, I can't win. What are you doing?
Trying to knock the weight of the world off your shoulders.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't worry about them. Or any of this, really.
But I love that you do. I love how you plant your feet and try to stand between everyone in the world.
Make it sound way more heroic than it is.
Protecting friends because you don't want to be parted from them doesn't make it any less good. But you can't control them. We have to make our own choices. That said, don't take the assistant manager position. It's the wrong thing to do. We'll come up with a new plan as a team.
Team Stupid?
Yes. And then we vote on a new team name.
Well, as long as we're making suggestions, I don't think you should be assistant manager either.
Noted. It's just that, I swear, your desire to talk is astounding. You leave me no choice.
I'm sorry. This is important, though. I guess it can wait.
Look upon my breast, ye mighty, and despair. Now then, next thing out of your mouth, had better be something appropriately sexy.
God, this perspective on Carol's, like, really good. What? Oh, is this... Yeah, that's her hair clip, I think. There's pie in the fridge for after ear blushies.
Oh, you are good. Hey, Alex, do you think it's possible to be in love with two people? Sure. Love's just like cake. Sometimes you want more than you need. And just like cake, too much can make you sick. Then again, it's a good time till you get there. Yeah. You think you can be in love with 5 or more people? I guess. But disease makes it a bad idea to fuck that much cake.
Oh, the filler comics. I always forget about these. So, Jolene was hanging out with Jess yesterday. Got some kind of weird sexual vibe off them, kinda. Can't get the image out of them together out of my head. It's downright disturbing. Whoop.
Let's get this out of the way. Tee. No, that wasn't so bad, was it?
John, better not be thinking what I think you think. Just 5 more minutes. Where does game system go? Mayday, Wayday, by Woot. Liar! You.
Could have been right.
Truce? No. Jolene on the job. Miss Brooksy Liberman Brothers is overstocked on big band wax cylinders. I expect you to find a way to move this inventory quickly.
You can count on me, ma'am. Find a way to get the rubes salivating to snap them up. Hot, fresh wax cylinders, the latest dance fads, straight from the refer crazed minds of all the modern jazz greats.
I say there, young lady, do you have any Duke Ellington ditties? I'll take 2 on waffle code.
I've got 'em right here, piping hot on a newfangled patent-pending coil-heated iron griddle.
Oh no, the griddle has...
Oh no, the griddle has caused all the cylinders to melt.
That's our Brooksy. Problem with holding a grudge is that it holds you back. And it is not a loving embrace. After a while, you become addicted to it. This way, it is similar to love. It becomes the thing that sustains you. It makes itself a part of you. Fuck.
Sometimes I feel so all alone, finding myself calling your name. When we're apart, so far away, hoping it's me you're thinking of. Could it be true? Could it be real? My heart says that you're the one.
She's singing in the shower again.
There's no one else. You're the only one for me. Yes, this time my love's the real thing. Never felt that love is so right. The world seems such an empty place. We need somewhere we could give our all.
God, her voice is beautiful. Matches the rest of her.
Baby, it's you. We'll be together now and forever.
Goddamn. Goddamn, Jackie. You went and designed something for everybody. Goddamn.
So, today's the day, huh? Ready to confront the face of your past?
No. If I'm honest, I'm not. No amount of rationalization or logic helps. I'm at the mercy of my emotions.
Well, I'm letting Ed open by himself today, so I don't have to rush off.
Awesome. Okay. I can do this. Whoop. Click. Okay, alarm code. Alarm code. Oh, come on. I know I brought it. Beep, beep. Crap in a hat. Why didn't I just memorize it? What was it? Maybe I dropped out of my pocket. Well, shit.
3066.
Joe, what? How long have you? Put the code in. Right. Beep, beep, woo. Wee. How did you know the alarm code? You're not supposed to have it.
From the shadows, the ninja sees many things.
I really hope that wasn't an omen. Thanks, by the way.
My only wish is to serve the gods.
Road to El Dorado?
Right.
Don't think I can play properly. I'm too nervous about doing a good job, and Adam, I'm telling you, a bit distracted.
Brooksy is being shocked.
Yeah, obvious, I know.
Never fear. I know all the things. Many times have I seen it done.
Alright, you can be my personal cheat sheet.
Not cheat sheet. Sheet. I think today might be a very interesting day. So many things for a ninja to learn. Exhilarating.
Why is that? Because of the book because of the book thing?
The lady! Thomas Lover in the puppet times. Didn't you know?
Guess I heard something to that effect. Didn't think much about it. This is supposed to be a big deal?
Ed, love is the biggest deal.
Is it?
Yeah, doy. It's love, vengeance, aliens, time travel, then dogs. It's the hierarchy of biggest deals.
This seems kind of...
It's the best thing ever. It's like you become a heartbeat. Heartbeat becomes the rhythm of your life. Pulsating. Have you ever been in love, Ed?
Not like that, unfortunately. Never dated anyone seriously. A couple of weeks here and there, you know, superficial stuff.
Ever had sex?
Of course I have. I mean, I'm no Lothario or whatever, but like...
What kind of girls do you like?
Tall ones. It's practically my only choice. I mean, you're the shortest girl here and you're taller than me.
We're the same size. Almost.
I'm wearing lifts.
Like tall shoes?
Yeah, you know that stuff about your hair and eyes? My height is that stuff for me. Except it's really hard to disguise with a coat of paint.
I'm sorry.
It's cool. You know you didn't mean any offense. Share and share alike, right? Don't tell anybody, though. Okay? Hey, team, what's up? What are we not telling anybody? Oh, come on! It's one of those complex fear nightmares. When I open my eyes, I'll be naked in gym class, or in bed with Andrew Johnson, 17th President of these United States. What's he talking about? I was telling Brooksy that I wear shoes that make me taller. Oh yeah, you never noticed. I mean, really, how often do you look at a man's shoes?
Shawshank!
You guys don't look at people's shoes? It's one of the best ways to tell if they have money. I notice straight away, Peck. Some secret.
Perfect. Can I talk you out of my work shirt, Care Bear?
Well, you talked me out of my pants before. Try your luck.
Ending up with you probably exhausted whatever luck was left for the rest of my life.
Bing. Here, have it. I'm gonna get diabetes if you keep talking. Too tight across the chest for me anyways.
You don't say. Astonishing. Alright, and I guess I'm gonna go.
Right. Well, try to stay calm. It's only a few hours after all. I'll visit you on your break. Things start to get to you, just think about how much I love you, and me standing here like this.
Shouldn't be hard. Insert erection joke here. Feel like today shouldn't mean anything to me. I should be able to deal with this like an adult. But my hands are already shaking. Something inside me won't let it go. Keeps the pain ready. There have been so many days when I only got out of bed to spite her memory. No matter how bad things got for me, hating her kept me going. It's part of me. I'm addicted to it. I want her to feel it too. I want her to hurt.
Okay, time to get serious. No more screwing around. In mere hours, my Thomas is going to see her again. Thinks she's so clever. I'm gonna knock her memory out of his skull. J. Thomas Blackwell. You and I need to have a little talk, mister. Oh yes. Have you been avoiding me?
Of course not. Happenstance, I assure you.
Well, you better brace yourself then. Got a hug for you, the likes of which you've never seen. I know it was you, Thomas. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Gonna dump my body in a lake then? Take you a while, find one.
Just popped into my head. Totally random.
Right, so, you know.
I know.
I knew you knew.
I knew you knew I knew.
I'm sorry.
I'm very happy for you both.
We should have listened to you sooner.
Too fucking right. Don't let it happen again, mister.
For the record, I seriously considered telling you the day after we officially started dating. Just seems safer not to, I guess.
I think I know you well enough to understand the why. Don't worry about it.
I still feel I should make it up to you. To that end, I wish to make you an offer.
An offer I can't refuse?
Find the mafia undertones this conversation is taking on a tad worrying.
That every conversation could deteriorate into Star Wars references? Let's run with it.
Fair enough. Here.
What is it?
That is a thumb drive with everything I've written in the last few years. Also includes every draft and idea for Brooksy's movies.
Looks like a sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, it's also a flashlight.
You'll never get this back from me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I knew the risks.
Okay, so what do you want me to do with all that stuff?
I read your entire fanfic. Not perfect or anything, but it's some of the best prose I've ever read, including the works that inspired it. It would be a gripping tale even without your guileless depictions of sexuality.
Guileless?
It's not meant to be an insult. You just write about it in a way that's pure and still full of wonder.
Oh, okay, but it's still, like, super hot, right?
Like an erection of plasma. It is my considered opinion that your work should not languish in the pits of fanfiction. With fairly limited editing, I think I can take your framework and turn it into an original piece. One we can publish and profit from. I want you to use your magic to repair my work.
You really think it's worth publishing?
I know it is.
Okay, I trust you, T. Let's do it.
Allons-y. Alright, we are officially open and I'm in command, more or less.
Yay! Mission no starto! Kudoraku!
Thanks for all the help, Lady Ace. I guess this is where we part ways for now. Probably put on an apron and get to video.
I'm not working today. I just came early to make sure I didn't miss any drama. I have a little survival pack and everything. Zenichi bars, my Game Boy, some magic cards, counters, dice, and an orange to ward off scurvy, and an iPod with some movies ripped to it. I'm all set.
Really are something else, Joe.
Ninja must ever be prepared.
I know that card. I think that's Elvish Visionary? Now I've got to look it up. Vish. Yes, I was right! Haha! I would have totally won the card if I guessed that card. So, is this book any good?
Couldn't bring yourself to read it, huh? Right. It's unpolished, but not terrible. There are successful authors that didn't do this well on the first try.
On the one hand, I'm glad we might sell off a few of them then. On the other, I was kind of hoping this was complete trash, and I could spend all day watching her fail.
You might yet get to. Still the store's fault, and not hers.
That would be equivalent to all of us failing instead. We got a budget for this hot mess?
Mike said we have access to Petty. I don't see any point in using it. If we get pizza, the college kids just come, eat it, and not buy anything. Maybe we can buy ourselves lunch.
Better us than them. Question: why did you choose today, of all days, not to show off your tummy?
I wanted it to seem like I cared about doing a good job, in case things actually went well for a change. If this signing starts to crash and burn, snap. I'll have this shirt to a cleavage window. I'll have this shirt tied into a cleavage window faster than you could say that tall blonde at the bookstore reminds me of Power Girl.
You've never had trouble showing skin, have you?
Not particularly. No one ever really taught me to be ashamed of it.
Parents are kind of mellow.
Yeah, lucky for them. Brother and I were quite a handful. He still is, really.
One can't help but think being named Hannibal had a hand in that.
It's by the grace of God he was born with all his limbs. I mean, ugh, how high do you have to be to name a child Hannibal Solo Grace?
Pretty high.
Pretty goddamn high.
I've never been that high, honestly. I've been high, but not that high. Oh, there you guys are. Everything's ready for the big event, I see.
Fully prepared for the veritable stampede, yes.
Awesome. Could I borrow Thomas for a second, Nina?
I'll try to go on. Somehow.
Love you too, Goldenrod. Listen, Thomas. I know you and Constance have history. Even though she asked for you to be here, there's no real reason that you have to be. If you feel at any time like you don't want to do this, you have my permission to go. I genuinely appreciate that, boss. If it gets to be too much, I'll take my leave. That said, I intend to move as many of those books as I can, if for no reason other than to never see her face again.
Oh, hey Joe. Has the signing started yet? Carol. Nuh-uh, not yet. Figures. What are you doing here? You don't work today, do you? No, I just wanted to see the lady. Is that why you're here? Well, yeah. Guess everyone is kind of curious about her. Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a bit. So, you wanna tell me about this movie thing you wanna do? More than anything ever.
Adorable.
Excellent. Excellent. Finally have a department all to myself for a day. Can do what I want, when I want, how I want. I'm the master of all I see. Like it was meant to be.
Hey Reggie, thought I'd help out over here today, since we're short-staffed. Should I be worried that you two are over here talking to each other?
Only if you're guilty of something.
Always. Guess I should raise my terror level.
Brooksy was telling me some of her movie ideas. She wants me to be in one.
Hardly a surprise. He does have an eye for beauty.
Obviously.
Take note, Joe. A sincere compliment is Carol's kryptonite.
Useful. You're so smooth, don't you?
One must admit, I have my moments. Maybe not as...
Thomas Blackwell? It's you, isn't it?
The red rage. Oh god. Dyslexia. Bear with me.
Shiburi desu ne. Shibushi desu ne. That haircut suits you. Can you believe I finally wrote a book? Remember how I always talked about becoming a writer? It was like, we need to do this, but I totally did it. I finished, it was totally awesome. Made me think of you, those times we talked about it. Anyway, we can talk more later. I'm gonna look around before the signing starts. Hug. Ja, mata ne. That's not what I expected. Not by a long shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Seemed pleased to see me.
Was she pregnant?
Yeah. I think she maybe was.
Oh, that's, kind of, I don't know, humanizing? She's just a bit of a thing, isn't she? Her hair is certainly a familiar shade, though.
I guess. What? I like red hair. Having a type isn't a crime. That look of like, you. You.
It's cool. I understand how we can stick with a guy who can resist a mane of fiery red.
Ooh, indeed.
Seductive.
Academically speaking. Academically speaking.
Oh, I love these animated pages. They're a nice little change of pace.
Better put my hat back on, or you're both driven mad by ginger lust.
Do you have to? There's enough Carol for both of us. Right, Joe? Okay, this was unexpected. Think I may have broken her.
No, I broke her. You just aimed her at me.
No one's ever actually died from embarrassment, right?
To my knowledge, but if ever someone could.
Maybe I should just let her cling to me for now, until it works itself out of her system.
I like it here. It's warm and dark and smells like apples. Sounds lovely. Now I'm jealous.
Well, don't jump in. That will only compound the problem. Joe, as much as I would prefer staying here with you latched onto me, I really need to get to books.
Maybe you could cuddle with me for a while instead. I smell nice too.
Organs collapsing. Death imminent. Carol, why?
Hello there. Is this my signing table? Oh, hello, Dawn. It is indeed. You have me at a disadvantage. You know my real name? I'm afraid I don't recall yours. No, I don't suppose you would. Didn't really know each other in school. Nina Grace. Thomas's old art friend. Are you and he? Sorry, he and I are not a we. I remember him speaking fondly of you. Well, fondly by his standards anyway. But maybe you working here wasn't coincidence. It isn't. But we're not dating, and even if we were, I wouldn't tell you. Why not? Is it against the rules or something? It is, but that's not why. I just doubt Thomas would want you to know. Wouldn't want me to know? Why? I would say, oh, you know how he is, but you clearly don't anymore. I enjoyed your book, by the way. If you need anything, please let me know. You know, I don't think we've ever sat out here together. I guess since I don't smoke, there wasn't an excuse. Yeah. We probably said more words to each other today than the whole time we've worked here. You've worked here. Yeah, you're intimidating. I'm not scared. I'm not quite so scary when you've known me a while. As long as you never cross me. No, ma'am. I'm sorry, I just can't resist. Shyness is like catnip to me. Have you never felt like that? Like afraid of people? Honestly, I don't think so. Not like you do, anyway. Mom kinda taught all us girls to be confident. I mean, I'm only human, but even when I was a teen, I only had a brief period of being self-conscious. Why then? Well, I went through some big changes. Couple of enormous changes. Oh, right. I didn't really, obviously. What was it like? It was really sort of weird. I was nearly 18. No way! It's true. I was gonna be flat-chested forever. Which I was okay with, kind of. Till my little sister got hers. Then it was just me. I was crazy jealous. I empathize. Sorry. You went through the whole jealousy thing, too. Huh. It persists. Well, I mean, it's like, I went through it too, you know? You expect puberty to be a certain way, and it doesn't. Except my story continues with this monkey's paw twist, where I get what I wish for and just keep getting it. Yeah. Anyway, thought I was so ready for it. Once I got them, it's just the kind of situation you get is so... The kind of attention you get is so different. I can only imagine. Oh, this must sound really whiny to you. No, that's how I felt when Robin would complain. I have huge tits, boo-hoo. No, it's just envy, like you said. Don't stop. Okay, well, I went from being super confident and active to practically a cat lady in about a year. Stopped doing clubs and stuff, gained weight. I mean, I went through 7 bra sizes in under 10 months. Changes how you do everything. I was lucky because I had mom and my sisters. I didn't even know how you'd cope with being the only busty girl in your family. Yeah. Once I was at college and didn't have that support, things started to unravel. So when I got invited to a party one night, I started drinking. When I drank, I felt like the old me again. I wanted that so bad. Pretty soon, the older kids realized that at a bar I could get enough free drinks that we could party all night. So I became their mascot, a tool. Even though I was underage, I almost never got carded. Not that it mattered. They made sure I had the best fake ID they could get. So, I don't remember most of my first year of college, which is probably for the best. Unreal. I get carded for everything, every time. Well, you are a cute little pixie of a girl. I know. I'm totally adorable. Hard imagining you not okay with your body. I know, right? It was just... my life did this total rotation on me. Didn't know how to cope and had conflicting emotions. It's not quite the same thing as your social anxiety. But, like, that's how I imagine it's kind of like for you. Afraid of what people might say, worried about looking stupid to the point of unbearable embarrassment, feeling exposed and vulnerable. I learned to get over it though, and kind of swung real far the other way. So it's like, what do I know about feeling shy, right? More than I expected. It's really hard sometimes, being afraid over nothing. It's not always like that. Sometimes I feel brave and can do stuff. I don't know what times though. Just sometimes. It was bad when I was little, but now the whole world is scary and I'm alone in it. Oh, sweetheart, you're not alone. You have all of us here. Nina, John, Thomas, Mike, even me. We're all here. We'll all be here if you need us. Come here, you silly thing. Alone? All that air dye must be seeping into your brain.
Constance, I apologize. There were some entanglements I couldn't avoid.
It's okay. You don't have to call me that.
But your persona requires continuity. I'd hate to confuse your legion of fans, wherever they may be.
I guess, but it sounds silly when you say it.
To be fair, it always sounds silly. You just notice when I say it.
I knew you wouldn't like it. Hated all my pen names.
How could I not? Made it so easy.
And what's wrong with Constance Willowbrook exactly?
Nothing. You intend to start a temperance movement, or a witch hunt. Teach in the 1800s, maybe? Found a new Christian sect.
Yes, one example would have been sufficient, thank you.
You're terrible at naming things. It's like a Bible fucked Lord of the Rings when you write.
Like you're so much better here. So much better.
Julius Drywood, really? It's always name, adjective, noun with you.
That's your comeback? Constance Willowbrook?
That's name, noun, noun, genius. World of difference.
God, listen to us. 2 seconds of talking and we're having an argument from years ago. Like deja vu. Your weird cheerleader buddy made it out to be like you were all different now. You haven't changed a bit. Same town, same attitude, same arguments. Stuck in place.
I could be miserable any place. May as well be that way in a familiar one.
That is a ridiculous attitude and you know it. It's just an excuse to never go anywhere.
Fail to see what difference it makes. Why it would be any concern of yours.
Oh, just forget it.
Is it always this dead in here?
Welcome to the death of the publishing industry.
Death of the publishing industry? Not as bad as all that, is it?
No, suppose not. It's more of an evolution, really. Still, the fact remains that people are buying fewer books. So, nice timing on that.
Thanks. Worried? I'm not worried, though. Real bibliophiles will always want the actual books.
Quite right. That said, the percentage of hardcore book fans is significantly less than casual readers.
Jeez, Thomas, trying to make me feel bad?
If your tone is any indication, I'm well past trying.
Ah, dinger! Ow. Paqueado tameo! Did you tell people I was gonna be here?
Of course we did. But sign up. We've had to sign up for months. Nobody knows who Constant Willowbrooks is. You barely remember Dawn Holland.
People know me. They have over 2,000 watchers on rightmonkey.com.
Have you forgotten everything about living out here? People can barely read without moving their lips. Possibly believe nebulous internet fame is worth anything.
Well, no, but it's not like I'm nobody. People love my blog and my art page. Do you still draw?
What?
I used to draw and stuff. Do you still?
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. Remember how you used to talk about all the comics we were going to make? You were so obsessed with anime and Japan. Remember?
No, I can't.
Oh, come on, Ranma, Urusei Yatsura, Dragon Ball, Akira? Searching for treasure mixed in with X-Men annuals? Like $1 million for a crappy dub of something on VHS. We'd buy stacks of dollar box New Mutants just to kill time. Keep any of those?
All of them, actually. Sold everything else. But those comics are still basically worthless.
Oh my god, I'd love to read them again. Do you think...
Are you thirsty?
I guess so.
Okay. Still a fan of Sprite? Still a Sprite fan?
Yeah?
Excellent. Won't be a moment.
What?
Ed, do you have a cell phone? And if so, does it have your sister's number in it? Yes. May I borrow said device? To what end? Need to use her particular talents to achieve a secret goal. Like Renegade Secret or Paragon Secret? You know, actually hard to parse out in those terms. I think it's Renegade now that I think about it. Man, have I gone Renegade? You still have to ask yourself if you've gone Renegade. You haven't.
Hey brother, what's up? Have you got any extra money? Is this book I wanted?
I'm not your brother, unfortunately.
Who is this? Where's Ed? Is he okay?
Apart from having a very demanding sibling, he's fine. This is Thomas from his store.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Calling to respectively ask for a favor. One suited to your unique skill set.
Alright, I'm down. It's going to cost you. So, what happened after your first year of college? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No, it's fine. I don't care. I lost some scholarship money for a start, and got booted from the dorms. My antics made me a few enemies, so I kind of got my teeth kicked in when they got the chance. Wow, you were like a whole other person. Yeah, and by that time I was well on my way to being 2 people. My natural state is about 1.5 anyway. So what happened next? Well, my parents were disappointed to say the least, and rightly so, but at the time I didn't want to hear it. We had a fight, and I stayed here, determined to do things on my own way. It was the worst time of my life. Couldn't find work and ended up sleeping on couches or in my car on really bad nights. Never felt more alone and afraid. Started hanging out at Megatainment between job interviews, just so I could see a friendly face sometimes. One day, Thomas plopped down in the chair across from me and asked me what my deal was. And for some reason, instead of blowing him off, I told him. He just sat there, listening. When I finally got it all out, he stood up and said,
Monday, 9ish. teach you to run register. Try not to be later than I am.
Nina let me stay at her place. I lived with her for a long while, actually. Nina never asked me for a dime. She even cut my hair. And I finally started feeling like me again. In spite of what he said, Thomas was there, waiting for me, that Monday. The only time I can remember him being early for work.
Goddamn. Okay, yeah. You can't hear that, but there's laughter going on in the background. My roommates are doing something.
Anyway, long story short, I worked at the store and got my degree. I think I'm the only person working here now that has one. Unless Mike does. I feel like he said he might. I feel like he might have said at some point. What degree do you have? Well, accounting, if you must know. Actually started with performance, but decided I didn't want to be poor my whole life. Didn't know you could get a degree in performing. You can get a degree in all kinds of random crap. Trick is getting paid after you get the damn thing. Competition for work in any creative field is brutal. Who wants to deal with that mess? A lot of that stuff is subjective. You can be objectively amazing and still fail. On top of that, a lot of the time the people who win never even get a degree. So it's like, unless you want to teach, why even bother? Teaching is about the last thing I could tolerate. So, how's everything going? It's great. I'm so excited. How's it going with Mom?
Oh, you know how your mom is.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Crazy hormone lady. She's just demanding, as is typical of her. You going to be okay if I go? You gonna be okay if I go again?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Nurse is bound to happen any time now.
Don't wear yourself out writing that long pen name.
I won't. Hey, Thomas, is that you over there? Come meet my husband.
The orgy has begun. That'd be an amazing feat considering one of them is straight and the other is ace. That'd be an amazing feat of various things that do not compute. Thomas Blackwell, what do?
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a tad bit weird. I thought I'd meet the dude I stole Dawn from.
Of course not. Why would you? That'd be insane. Crush. Yeah.
Oh, don't be melodramatic, Lewis. Good God. Broke up with him long before we technically started dating. So it's hard to steal someone that agrees to date.
Trick is consent and gumption. I mean, true. You're not wrong. And I do know some like some aces in some circles that are into that still like to engage in sexual activities, so it's possible.
Of course, dear. It's just the writer in me trying to get out. Oh, then, well, rein it in, cowboy. Like one of us can be the creative at a time.
Right. Okay. Are you gonna still be okay by yourself?
Not by myself. I have a helper.
Right. Well, guess I'll leave you in his capable and remarkably strong hands then.
Alright, I'm out. Poor bun. Love you.
Love you too. Still a million bucks, beautiful.
I'll try. He's an English professor. Can you believe it? At his age, Reggie has a position in everything.
Staggering.
Bought the first load of stuff here today. He's helping Mom move into our new place.
God, I will smite thee. That's the look on that face. Just like, God, you... So, you're moving back here. Fantastic.
Yeah, I was actually hesitant to come back. Everyone who leaves seems to get sucked back eventually. Didn't want to end up like them, you know? Stuck here forever. But the chances of Lewis finding a position someplace else... I mean, we had to take it. What with the baby coming and all.
Of course.
think you'd like him if you got to know him. You have a lot in common, really.
Do we now? Awesome. Totally radical to the max.
We're both going to be friends. I mean, you become accustomed to a certain level of discourse, and like you said, people can barely read most of the time. So, we've resigned ourselves to building a cultural scene here, from the ground up.
This is where he was about to snap.
Excuse me? Can we get our books signed? Who did I make the dedication to? Let's make it to Jess. Nico, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I'm sure I will. Jeez, T, you don't look so good.
Well, you look like a gift from above. How's it to go from neutral good to chaotic evil up in this?
What a dorcastrophe that would have been.
Here's your money. Many thanks again for the help. I'm surprised how many people you convinced to come.
What's to convince? You choice words, they do it themselves. I always feel bad taking your money.
I do have others the uses for it if you're feeling generous.
I used a modifier.
Of course. How silly of me.
Oh wow, there's actually a line. Can't hardly believe it.
As much as this is like a catharsis for Thomas, it's also just like, if I ever do manage to publish some of my work, I hope I can have some line for it, for my stuff. It's that fear that, like, even if you publish, you won't get anywhere. Oh. Someone's car alarm is going off. Jeez. Signs important. The apocalypse is upon us. Better get back over there.
Actually, why don't you let me? You look like Professor Lupin.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
That's a real nerdy reference for someone so hot.
You immigrated to Nerdtopia in her teens.
Must be the one brother has the hots for. I can see why now.
Indeed. Turns a lot of heads.
Makes him tilt upwards as well.
I mean to be indelicate. You certainly don't have to tell me.
Do I like chicks?
Yeah.
I'm a young, hot female in college, and I haven't declared a major just yet.
Message received.
Are you like friends with her? You know which way her gait swings?
The, cock-liking way, I guess.
Am I hearing some doubt in your voice?
Well, I mean, he's always acted straight around me.
But
I've been editing some of her prose recently, and it, presents a possible interest in alternative sexual proclivities.
interesting.
Would you seriously compete with your brother for a girl?
Compete? Assuming I have a chance with a girl we both want. It's not a competition. I'll win. He's so uptight about sex stuff, which is why I still don't bring it up around him. He nearly had an aneurysm the first time he found me fooling around with a boy. He caught me with a girl. It's like his circuits fried.
Really? You didn't freak out?
He went blank, turned around, left the room, found him playing Mario Brothers later.
No doubt. Found the reinforcement of gender roles comforting.
I never thought of that. Probably right. Anyway, kind of tried to talk to him about it, but he told me he loved me no matter how I am, and we should never speak of it again. In hopes that someday he...
Whoop. Hit my mic. Oopsie daisies. Tighten that back up. There we go.
In hopes that someday he could once again have an erection.
It's hard to accept that your siblings are sexual beings when you're years apart. Maybe it's harder for twins.
Nope. He's just super uptight and weird about sex. Though I freely admit it was bad to make out with his first crush. It was years after she was a thing to him. It's not like I wanted to get caught, although it totally made it hotter.
My God. This scene is interesting because most people just take Jess at her word, even though it's established that she's a manipulator. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like, she is very much a manipulator, which she clearly said several pages ago in this very like story arc. But at the same time, I can also see the other end, like the other side of the argument. Technically, I guess. Oh, ad break, y'all. But yeah, it's like I can still see like both sides of the argument technically. But no, she's like, Jess is by no means a good person. she's not terrible, but she's not the best. She could be a real, like, she's a real piece of work. Because just the fact that she would actively steal like a girl from her brother with no remorse. That's just one little like straw on the camel's back, as it were. But yeah. She is definitely not like the best of people, but I've known much worse. There we go. There we are. Yeah, that's just it. People assume she's telling the truth and not just presenting an image to Thomas. Exactly, yeah. She could very much be just showing off to Thomas to like get his approval, but also at the same time, there's enough information here that it can also be the truth. Because it's also like what Thomas said before, the best lies are given on the foundations of truth. So unless she outright tells us, we honestly have no way of knowing like how much of this is bullshit and how much isn't. And that's honestly what makes Jess such a compelling character. Which is what makes it fun for me. It's like that one scene from Willy Wonka that oh fuck, like the original Willy Wonka movie where he somersaults forward. He had that scene put in, and it was just like that way no one will be able to know if I'm telling the truth or lying throughout the whole movie. My god, it's no wonder he's a mess. I'm getting contact trauma from the story.
How do I end up knowing all the least perverse guys in the world? You should be on my side by now and as hard as algebra.
You don't do anything by degrees, do you?
Full tilt all the way, baby. You're dead a long time and there's a lot of people and things I haven't had my tongue on.
Brilliant scene and well reasoned. Exactly. And it's like that scene is why I will always love the original a fair bit more over the later Johnny Depp one. It's a lot more nuanced. The Johnny Depp one still has its ups and downs throughout the movie, but it's still an okay flick. But the original wild Willy Wonka, the character, he will be my favorite. I'm not even gonna get started on the new one because I haven't seen it and I don't plan to.
You're dead a long time and there's a lot of people and things I haven't had my tongue on.
Gene Wilder was much more subtle actor. Indeed, yes, I perfectly agree. I loved him in a lot of different movies that he was in. Wow, I don't know what to say to that.
What's to say? Everybody's like, live every day like it's your last. But if you actually do, they look at you weird.
Quite so. Easy to say than live. But can't help but wonder, have you ever had a bad breakup?
No? Well, I mean, I was fine. I'm sure it totally sucks to lose me, but I'm like the wind.
You blow on the way in and on the way out?
Oh, and yes, I do like to end things on a happy note.
I wish I could be more like you. Except for the blowing dudes thing.
Hey now, don't knock it till you've tried it.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna have to take a pass on that.
You lost. I mean, how do you know you don't like it if you never tried it?
Make it sound like you're trying to get me to try new food or something.
Why not? To try a little and you can have dessert. By dessert, I mean me with whipped cream.
As flattering as your advances are, I'm afraid I must rebuff you once again. Not only for reasons previously given, but I'm also seeing someone right now.
It's not a deal breaker for me. I rock both your worlds. I'm totally curious about your type, especially since I'm not it apparently. Is she hot? Is it like she's not that pretty, but she's got a good personality match?
She is both beautiful and has a personality I love.
Oh God, adorable smitten romance. I want you both. Listen, Sideburns, if you ever take that stick out of your butt, remember me, okay? We'll see if anything else will fit up there. You can bring anyone you can talk into it. Later, Tater. I can't believe it. There's a decent number of people at the signing table. Too many. You should wait till they go away. Yeah, I guess so. I just kind of thought we'd have a chance to get her on our own. Maybe she really is all talented and stuff. Nope. Thomas paid me to con a bunch of people to show up and get books signed. Jesse! I find that strangely comforting, yet irritating at the same time. You know Carol, Jesse? Not biblically. Seen her at the sales counter, but I don't know her as such. So it's kind of hard not to notice that striking hair and those rockin' tits. Can't take credit for either, but thanks. Edward sisters. Says that.
Sisters. Jess is plural. She is a conglomeration of many.
You're Edward's sister, right? What gave me away? Jet black hair, the nose, eyes as blue as Mountain Lake, the sideburns. They're coming back. I'm bringing them back. It must be quite persuasive. They seem to have caught on. And not to toot my own horn, but I really am. He's convincing my brother to do stuff, you know? I would explain it. He's pretty stubborn. Oh God, tell me about it. Such a pill sometimes. I think I spend most of my childhood trying to get him to have fun once in a while. Well, now don't try too hard. Appreciate his no-nonsense attitude at work. It's nice being able to leave the store in someone else's care now and again. That's brother, all right. As reliable as clock and just as much fun as a party.
We are legion.
Did Thomas really pay you to get people to the signing? He did, and quite well, I might add. And go nuts at the next garage sale. I wonder if he felt sorry for her. Is she, like, his friend or something? Or did he not tell you? They used to date back in high school. No shit! Didn't even think to ask. That explains a lot. Mentioned bad breakups or something. Really? Did he tell you anything about them dating? I don't think so. He might have done, but I was preoccupied with flirting and trying to impress him.
Were you now?
He spurned my advances twice now, which only makes me want him more. Oh, well, why not find a new target? Haven't you ever wanted someone you couldn't have? Well, sure, but did you ever get with them? I did, actually. Remember how awesome it was when you finally got your hands on them? Of course! Yeah, you do! Because that first taste after a chase is always the best. Getting a taste of Thomas won't be easy. I hear he's quite taken with his lady. Yeah, I got that impression too.
Worth to try, though. Besides, I always have this little one. Her cuddles ease my wretched heartsick suffering. Wow. Got your work cut out for you, Brooksy. She's a handful. 2 handfuls.
Nom, nom, nom. Ear blushies.
Do I need to save you from this?
Not saying that word because I know some people who find it very triggering.
Are you cool with it, Brooksy? I'll get both ears, or I get jealous. I'm gonna call that a yes. Well, I'm going to see what's up with Thomas. You two have fun there, I guess. Okay, it was nice officially meeting you. Don't be a stranger. Well, you've been properly nibbled, I guess. I suppose I should get going too. I actually mean to stick around here so long, but things got too interesting. Bye-bye, French fry. Come by the apartment later if you're not busy. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah, there you are. You were such a tall drink of water, you sure can't be hard to spot.
Not being seen is all about how you manage your presence. When I fade away, I adopt a casual posture, one that suggests a lack of confidence and therefore intelligence. Can't trust that type of person to help you with any degree of competence. Doesn't draw attention, so I simply fade into the scenery. When I want to be noticed, I let my broad shoulders do the work, a brain suggesting an intelligence that borders on genius, someone who can help you find random products.
I swear you're so full of yourself sometimes, you know that?
Yes, because I want you to be full of me too.
I don't know. I have put a lot of ice cream in me. But maybe I can top myself off with you.
I did not expect you to double down on that one. Well played. The squint is just like, beaten at my own game. Oh, don't flatter yourself. I'm never even a player.
So what are you doing away from your post?
Nina felt I was too emotionally compromised to continue. I chose to accept her offer to take over. Our guest had already made plain her reasons for wanting to see me again anyway. My presence had become superfluous and potentially dangerous to myself and others. So I guess this is a retreat of sorts.
You're doing that thing where you try to sound extra smart to hide how you actually feel. Are you aware of this?
See, someone is learning my tells. How will I ever win at Monopoly now? God, Monopoly. I tried so many times to play that and it never got anywhere.
Can you be serious for like a second?
I have my doubts. Let's go to Whirl. What would we be serious about?
About how you're feeling.
Fair enough. Should have told you about all this a long time ago. I just wanted what we have to go untainted for as long as I could.
Good God, is this really that big a deal?
Honestly, I've lost all perspective on what is and isn't a big deal. My relationship with Dawn has defined my existence for a long time. In the end, it's what you think about it that really matters.
Hello, brother. I would like this book, s'il vous plaît.
This is quite a tome. Can't really afford to spy you this much, sis.
I'll be purchasing said tome with my own funds, dear sibling.
Okay. May I ask how you earn this money?
I have certain unique skills which people will pay top dollar for.
Oh God. Monopoly is very interesting if you study how the flow of the game is supposed to go without house rules. Yeah, if you play it without house rules, it's a very straightforward game. And it's quite literally you're just supposed to like beat everyone into submission by having all of the money and just making really shrewd business choices for that. I hate it because I'm bad at math. Math was never my strong suit. So it'll be like, okay, yeah, if I buy this one now, it'll work later, 10 turns later. So that one purchase has put me in the black. No, not in the black, in the red. It also sucks that the history of Monopoly is so shitty. The original game exactly illustrates why monopolies are awful. Yes, but the problem is, it was based on a different game that was essentially taken from another woman who designed it to teach that capitalism isn't the best answer. And now people play it as like this big, like, yeah, capitalism is great kind of game, and it sucks. Like, I forget the name of the woman, but it was a game made to like illustrate why capitalism would fail or something like that. And then Hasbro bought it and turned it into like a pro-capitalism game. Structurally, it's the same game. Structurally, yes, but it's very much pro-capitalism now. Like the way it's advertised. They make it like it. The gameplay itself still. I'm familiar with the lore. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I don't need to like try and go too into depth. But it's like the way it's advertised, unfortunately, tries to illustrate that capitalism's a good thing when it very much isn't. At least not current capitalism, anyways. And it's just, it's heartbreaking. They only changed the perspective. Exactly, but even the perspective was enough to just make the game have leave a bad taste. And it's, ugh. Oh god, you're not some kind of cosplay prostitute now, are you? I don't think I could handle explaining that to Mom.
First of all, no. Secondly, you shouldn't be telling Mother anything about my exploits, sexual or otherwise.
It's not like I want to tell her things. She has that weird, makes you tell her everything power. I swear she could work for the CIA.
She's hardly a mentalist. It's just really easy to read your dumb face, even over the phone. Like right now, it's saying, I'm mad because my sister is so much smarter and hotter than me.
That's why marketing is dangerous. Yes, marketing is very dangerous, and it pisses me off. Because a lot of people don't understand that. Here's your book.
Thank you, brother. By the way, what's that girl's name? Tall one over in books.
Nina? Why?
Oh, I don't know. She's the one you like, huh? You seemed like she'd be a lot of fun. To get to know, I mean. Biblically.
You wouldn't dare.
You haven't even made a move, have you?
There are rules, Jess. I can't just make moves.
No, for you can't. It's just a convenient excuse for won't.
That's nonsense. I have a good thing going here. I don't want to screw it up.
Well, at the rate you're going, there won't be any screwing at all.
I'm sure you can pick up the slack.
Edward, girl that hot will not stay single indefinitely. You can step up and be the guy who gets her, or watch that guy with the girl you want. That sound you're hearing, it's all the guys, maybe a few girls, not waiting around here with you. Ones who aren't afraid to try. Let that one sing thee to thy rest. Later, Tater. Okay, we should be good here. Now, tell me what the real deal is with you and Dawn.
Right. I feel I should preface all of this by saying I have actively tried to forget this part of my life. There are details I am incapable of recalling. Please bear in mind, it is not done with any malice. Not toward you, at any rate.
I can live with that. Please continue.
I met Dawn in our first year of high school. We were both in the school newspaper, and she was assigned to basically be my assistant. Finally starting to grow out of the insane level of teen angst that are common in my family. After years of being an angry loner, I started to cool off. Which is not to say I was stable. Far from it, in fact. Just finally learned to cope with being shy in a way that didn't rely on rage. With friends, what friends I had were drifting away, or getting into drinking and drugs, which I have always been very wary of. In addition to that, they started dating, which, as you know, is much more intense at that age. So, in spite of my much more... So in spite of my marginally improved attitude, I was on my own, as it were. Don and I spent a lot of time working on the paper, which evolved into spending a lot of time together as friends. Eventually, we became a couple. She loved all the things I did. Anime, video games, comics, you name it. I was dating my beautiful, funny, intelligent best friend. We dated through the end of school until the relationship even came close to being as good. Why I've always suspected it would be awesome to be gay, by the way.
Stay on target.
Right. Anyway, she had goals, real ones, and the drive to try for them. I didn't. But where things started to break down, I've always been too afraid to really try. Once school ended, she went to a real deal college. It was in Texas, but whatever. It wasn't here. I went here and decided to wait for her to become whatever it was she was going to become. First, it was fine, except she got a taste of the outside world. In the outside world, guys like me aren't special.
It's not been in my experience.
I'm a little more special now than when I was younger. Tried to improve myself since then. Results are debatable at best. Anyway, when she came home for Christmas, we had this stupid fight. She threw this guy's name in my face at one point, and in spite of how much blind trust I had in her, part of me knew it was over. I just wouldn't accept it. The day after she went back, she called me and broke up. I guess maybe she wanted one last Christmas gift. So, after that, I fell completely apart. Everything I loved, everything I might have distracted myself with, was connected to her. My whole world, my whole identity, was wrapped up in that girl. She was the person I would have talked to about it all. Talked to about all of it too. There was no escape from being obsessed with not having her. So that's what I did. Everything was hazy and gray from that point on. Just sort of robotically existed and obsessed. Well, short of completing my second year, had no job to speak of. All of my desires were tied to her, and I didn't know how to untie them. When she came home for the summer, I showed up at her house at 2 in the morning. Not sure it was more out of fear or pity, but she let me in.
Wait, you were stalking her?
Not really. The result was the same in the end. Taken to driving around all night, all the time. Even though I knew she wouldn't be home, I would drive past her street. And one night, her car was there, so I knocked on the door. A couple of months were a ridiculous farce. Tried to sort out our feelings for each other. Long story short, you can never repair the breach of trust. She got sick of me and turned cold. Or at least so, I might add. I turned bitter. But I learned how to keep going. Every tender feeling I ever had for her was converted into pure hate. That fire fueled me from that point forward. Woke up every day cursing her name, but it kept me going. Anyway, by the time she left, we hated each other good and proper, the way God intended. Except I really didn't. It was just a coping mechanism. Just everything about her. I missed my friend. Never understood people who can be friends after they break up. You stop wanting them.
They don't really. It's a cheat.
A cheat?
You can be addicted to someone just as easily as a substance. They give up a little, so they don't have to lose everything at once. It's just like electric cigarettes. You keep a fakey version of your addiction around until you can let go. Except you are an all-or-nothing kind of guy. Isn't that why you always say you never drink?
Yeah. If I actually liked it, I'd never be able to stop.
Exactly. So you act like a junkie when you lose somebody.
I guess so. That doesn't excuse my behavior or make the rage I feel towards Dawn right.
So?
What do you mean, so?
Jesus fuck, sweetheart. You're a human being. Having anger issues you can't resolve is not apocalyptic. Acting a fool because your heart is broken is just a thing that happens. If you're the craziest breakup she ever had, then she hit the fucking jackpot. It's okay to be angry at her. It's okay to be angry at yourself. Might even be more fitting. But it doesn't have to define your life anymore.
I know. Known for a while now, I think. I wanted to go on blaming her for everything. I wouldn't have to carry any myself.
Sugoi! That's awesome! Signed like 1,000,000 books. It was more like 150, but still, that's very impressive. all fidgety. Hey, where'd Thomas go? Regretfully, he was called away on another matter. He's a vital member of our team, you know? Sure, that's rewarding. Just thought he'd do something with his life. Seriously, what happened to him? You.
Me?
Yes, you are the disaster that befell him. Now you waltz back in and expect everything to be okay? It's been years. Plenty of time to get over us. Some people have long memories. No matter what I did, he drug his feet like a fucking anchor. What was I supposed to do? I don't know and I don't care. All I need to know is I don't like you. What's your problem, lady? My problem is your attitude of superiority, apparent lack of self-awareness, casual mistreatment of my friend. Mistreatment? Came here to make up with him, and give him a chance to be part of my life again. In spite of what you might think, it was hard letting him go. If you'd tried even a little to grow up, I would have spent my life with him. You had someone ready to take his place, and you threw him out like trash, while he waited faithfully. While he waited! He was supposed to come with me! I'm glad he didn't, and I swear you'll regret any damage you did to him today. You're crazy! Protect what is mine. Even if he forgives you, I won't. Forget that even for a second. You'll find out just how crazy I really am.
So, how'd it go over here? Not a bunch of books? Sorry. Didn't mean to startle you.
What happened to you?
Some stuff fell apart, and it's not important. Things go all right.
Really well, actually. It was a lot better than I remember it being. The staff is very tight-knit.
I wish I could take credit for that, but they were that way before I got here.
I see. You happen to know where Thomas went? Didn't realize he was gone and that tall girl took over, I guess.
No, well, something must have come up. Sorry I couldn't stick with you. He's very important to our daily operations, you know?
Yeah, I noticed.
Kind of surprised you never came by to give Don trouble. Or dress up to show off your assets. Having a mellowing effect on you?
Maybe. I actually did start dressing up at first, but I don't know. I guess I decided I didn't have to. You love me no matter how I dress, so it was like, what would it prove? And I started talking to Brooksy, and it was really nice. I've always felt a little apart from everyone else. It was good to talk to her person to person, you know?
That's kind of amazing. What'd you talk about?
Being shy, puberty, almost failing out of college. Basically an abbreviated Judy Blume novel. You remember when I started?
Of course I do. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, having seen her, I can't help but notice similarities. Now there's us. That way you helped get me hired? Help me get hired?
Well, it has been a long time since I've seen shaken confidence, Carol.
She doesn't get out much, but with the unrelenting aura of excellence I emit usually.
I'm not going to insult your intelligence by pretending there's no reason you share certain traits with Dawn. I love her hair, I love strong women, attracted to people who have qualities I lack, like drive, ambition, the ability to cope with life generally. Admitting what John told him. You know what we call that? Growth. The first time I saw you, I thought you were stunning. Clearly smart as well. Anyone who speaks to you can see that. I don't think you can love someone at first sight, but I was totally smitten. The day I offered you your job was going to be the one I asked you out. But after really talking to you, it was obvious you needed something other than me. We absolutely needed you.
You guys needed me? How do you figure that?
You'd lost basically everything, and kept fighting. Refused to crawl back home. It's not typical, you know? Almost everyone who has ever worked here has either been a quitter or too afraid to try. But you aren't. You do what needs to be done. You needed that. Someone who appreciated having a job and had the integrity to do it well.
In spite of that job not being important in any way?
Yes, in spite of that. You shield us from the worst managers, whose authority you help undermine. Force us to be better than we want to be. You push us, but you're never against us, because you're a part of us. That is why we needed you.
You talk too much. He's right, Carol. You're the best work mom ever. It's awesome you guys are dating.
Oh, well, shit. We've been ninjoed.
How long have you been a couple?
Remember when Ed started?
Uh-huh.
That long.
It took way longer than I thought. By a lot.
You thought we were going to get together?
Of course, everyone does. Or did. Anyway, it was totally the most obvious ship.
Ship?
Relationship. Ship is shorthand for fanfiction pairings. She wanted us to become a couple.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Ship already means something.
Quite so. Such is the evolution of language. To say I'm a little disappointed in your reaction finding out about Carol and I.
Why?
Just kind of imagine telling you someday and you having an adorable stroke or something.
I still could. It's just, this is really obvious to me.
Obvious? How?
The two who fight most always get together. It's like a rule. A sexy, sexy rule. You told John and me you were dating Carol to make it seem like a joke, so you could relieve the pressure of the ruse, like a double bluff.
That is correct.
Did you really do it in the store?
We did. There we go. That's more like what I thought the relationship would cause.
Hey, Nina. Could I talk to you for a moment?
Sure.
You run, right? In the morning, I mean?
I do, almost every day.
Cool. I was thinking about getting back into it myself. Maybe we can run together sometime?
I'd like that very much.
Cool.
I might have known. Suckers are outside while I'm inside working my ass off.
I'm not supposed to be here today.
It's my day off, too.
I'm not on the clock now either.
Do you have a good reason to be out here?
I wanted to eat my sandwich outside. Seeing as this location is occupied, I'll see myself back into the store.
Wait. How about you sit down and tell us why you look so disheveled? I think we should hear it directly.
Okay, well, you know that shelf in the video that doesn't sit level? We're showing Mike and it fell apart all over the floor. All the stuff pitched all over the place, so we've been rebuilding it all day.
My department.
Way to go, Booth. You broke her.
Hey, I said we fixed it, didn't I? There's no reason to get weird about it. Put it together, we alphabetized the whole stupid thing. It was lucky it didn't fall on a guest.
He's right. Probably saved us a lot of trouble.
Intentionally or not, you did a good job. Gold star.
You know what? After today, I'll take it.
So, what are you going to do with the rest of the day?
I think I'll help Nina clean up. You shouldn't have to do it alone.
Hey, Thomas. You know that guy?
Sort of.
Hey, could I talk to you for a sec?
Sure, no problem. Let's go over there. So, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I wanted to apologize, I guess. For Don, mostly. I mean, both of us maybe didn't do right by you. But just for today, I mean.
Okay.
This was a lot easier than I was doing it in my head.
Yeah, my rugged good looks can be disruptive.
Okay, so Don sprung this on me out of nowhere. This whole moving to Kansas thing. I was surprised, but since there were actual teaching jobs, I just went with it. Once your mom got sick and we found out we were pregnant, you just kind of started doing things. Today was one of those things. I don't pretend to know why she thought you'd be okay with this, but I appreciate that you did your best in spite of that. If you don't want to come to our dinner parties or whatever random thing she cooks up, I fully understand. But she needed this. A lot more than she'll ever admit, I'm sure. So, thanks.
Sure. No problem.
Alright, well, I need to gather up the little lady.
If this will be the only real bookstore in town, I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again. Take care. You too.
Is that the guy? What did he want?
To apologize, strangely enough.
Apologize for what? What have you guys been doing all day?
Thomas's old flame at a book signing. Didn't you notice?
I told you. I told you about the shelf thing, right? You don't always have time to keep up with the soap opera of this place. Are you gonna tell me or what?
Oh, okay.
All right, this should settle our accounts. We'll keep a few of your books on hand, and the rest will go to other stores.
Excellent.
It was a pleasure hosting your event. Be sure to let me know when your next book is done.
Oh, no doubt. Gonna have to get busy. This really helps moving expenses.
Glad to hear it. Is there anything else I could help? I could do for you before you go?
You think I could get an application?
Oh, of course. Just a sec. He remembers it, so you don't have to. Ready to go, dear?
Almost. Thought I might be a good idea to pick up an app.
Just which of us is going to be working here?
Well, you have almost all summer off. You could pick up some hours, or you could watch the baby.
I guess so. You seem to have a good staff, though.
People quit all the time. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Alright, I guess I've screwed around long enough. Ready to get back in there, Reggie? You help us in books, I'll get needed help finish video.
Done and done.
Let's go. What about you ladies?
Need a ride? Uh-huh.
Okay, see you both later then. Careful though. Storms are brewing.
It was really good for me. Wanted to thank you for being here. It was nice seeing you again.
I'm glad to know it was useful to you.
Yeah, well, see you around.
Indeed. Good luck with your family.
You too.
Man, she's a cutie. Must have been rough losing her.
Yeah, it kinda was.
Ah, well. Plenty of fish, dude. Plenty of fish.
Quite so.
Consoled by Reggie. That's a new one.
Yeah, he means well. I'll take any sympathy I can get.
2 words. Quality control.
Wow, it's really coming down there. Coming down out there.
Makes me wish we could open the windows. I love the smell of rain.
You can sniff my shirt while we work if you like.
Pass. Wet Thomas is not as good as wet outside.
Bet it'd work if you rolled around in the...
Bet it'd work if you rolled around in the mud a bit. Get your frolic on.
Fair enough.
Oh, no, you don't. No way am I cleaning that mess up.
Denied. I didn't know you lived so far away. I don't. I'm visiting a friend. But I'm glad I'm not riding in this. Yeah, not great biking weather. I don't live too far from work. Downhill mostly too. Going home is the trouble. Oh, well still, it's no wonder you're so slim. But I really miss being as svelte as you sometimes. I like how you are. So curvy and soft. And I'm sure Thomas thinks so too. Yeah, that's for sure. Nobody is happy how they are. It's sad. Don't get me wrong. I love being me. I can just see the advantages of being you. Advantages? Of course. Being naturally adorable makes people want to help you. I intimidate people. Sometimes I'd rather be adorable and charming. This is it, right here. Okay. Thank you for the ride, and today. Back at you. I only wish I'd talked to you before now. You gonna be okay? Alright. See ya.
Knock, knock.
Joe! Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Soaked clean through. It's raining. I love rain. So it would seem. Come play with Joe in the rain. I think not, little monkey girl. This is clean inside hair. I'd like to keep it that way. Rain isn't always. You have to enjoy it now. Wow! Couldn't help but notice the signing budget was missing at lunch.
It wasn't missing. Thought of a use for it is all.
I thought you might have. Wasn't enough to buy those books.
Not by a long shot, but it was enough to secure a favor. And sister is remarkably persuasive, and she has a ton of followers. Followers who now think a signed first edition has a chance of sending their kids to college.
Well, it is money.
Yep. They aren't called followers for nothing.
Couldn't let her fail. After all this time? After everything?
No, I couldn't. Mike, the store, they needed today to be a win. We all needed today to be a win.
So you cheated.
I marketed product.
So how did you get so good at justifying your actions?
Obsessive introspection combined with a need to defend myself from bullies. Kind of a shame that kids puss out over it these days. I owe a lot to the assholes I went to high schools with.
I was one of those assholes.
Quite so. You're living proof of redemption. We are, none of us, bound to our fates.
Including yourself?
Of course. I am bound to no fate that I do not bind myself to. I only wish I'd realized it sooner.
Can't even remember the last time I played in the rain. Too long ago then. So easy to lose sight of the little things. That's why we have to jump around and make noise. I don't mean you, silly. No, I didn't mean you, silly. I'm a little thing. Not to me. I'm not at all. Feel like connected to you, you know? Connected? I don't know what I'm saying, I guess. Looks like the storm's giving out. Told you, rain isn't always. You have to enjoy it now. Everyone is raindrops. You're the most amazing person I've ever met. It's the hair, isn't it? It's not the hair, you goofus. You're just amazing. When you say things, it's like you make truth more true. I love being in your world. Schmooch. Joe! Knew it. Schmooch. Ear blushies. Ah!
I will forever love the ear blushes. You can't convince me otherwise. Did you ever think about how your life would be if you made different choices, Nina?
Really? Last I knew, you weren't the type either.
No, I was more obsessed with being angry over what wasn't. Except, now I'm not sure how to live. I wouldn't dream of it.
You were doing fine before. You see that minus the anger.
The anger was sort of the foundation for everything else.
Good thing you don't work in construction then.
Serious, Nina. I haven't had to internalize anything like this in ever, I guess.
Go home, love. Play a game, go out with your girlfriend. Stop thinking so much.
But, I mean...
There's no but. Enjoy what you have now. Don't waste your time on a you that never was. The you are is the one we love. The one we need. Box is full of dead people clothes. And Joe gets this. You're right. Should have left you naked. 1,000,000 years hairbrushing, no trial. Yes, ma'am. Your hair is amazing. Getting it this color must be hard on it, but it looks so healthy. It's tough, like my mom's. Take after her? Kinda. And not too. Is that so? You go both ways in many areas of life, huh? Keep brushing, sass mouth.
Hey boss, I'm heading out. Slow. May as well save the hours. Ah, cool. Got to say, today is gonna look great. It'll be nice not to have headquarters bitching at me for a change. Happy to be of service, dude. This wish was a real solution, not a band-aid. As long as my boo-boos feel better, it's all good. Didn't run that one through the filter before you said it, did you? I did not. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Seriously, though, I want to say thank you for stepping up on this. If there's any kind of favor I can do for you, just let me know, okay? Alrighty, stole it away for later then. Why do I suddenly regret saying that? Because you're learning.
So do you take after your mom or your dad?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My hair and my skin is like mom. My nose is dad. And my small. Oh, he's short? Was. His brothers. Is what was. And his brothers. Mom's brothers are big. Was. So he's gone? A long time. I'm sorry. It's okay. Raindrops, remember? Yeah, but it's okay to miss the rain. You don't have to play 20 questions if you don't want to. Enjoying right now is fine with me. Good idea. The best time to enjoy. Still, shall we watch a movie or something?
Yes, both of those.
What a weird-ass day. I wonder if life is like this for other people. What's that smell?
I hope you like chili. Jesus! Did I spook you?
So my grandma in a tunnel of light. She's not even dead. Car wasn't outside though. This should thought this place would be empty.
Your super's gonna start charging you for having me over here all the time. Parked way up the street so she wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Clever girl.
Thought maybe you were sick of eating out.
You can cook?
Of course I can. Been on my own for ages.
I have too, but I can't cook for crap.
Oh, Mama's special boy is good at everything. Such a tragic figure. Pity him.
It's been a while since I got in the claws.
That's how I show affection, like a cat. I'm close, sir. I'm not done. It's still raining.
It's just a drizzle. It won't be more real rain.
Chili needs to simmer. Let's go for a walk.
Thought cats hated water.
Don't get stuck on the metaphor, Slick. Rain makes me frisky. You're awful quiet.
Yeah,
Thomas, stop brooding.
I'm not brooding. I'm just checking out this awesome snail in silence.
Right.
Okay, fine, I'm brooding and checking out this awesome snail.
You're okay, right?
I'm fine. Don't need to talk constantly to enjoy being with you. I just like having you near me.
Really?
Indeed. Sucks that your apartment is so far away. Must be a hassle for you. Plus, we've been going out for a while and I've never been there.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if we were a good match. So you wouldn't have anything to use for blackmail if things went bad.
So, do you think we're a good match?
Well, I'll let you check out my apartment at least. I don't want to rush into anything.
Cute. Kind of funny that I've seen every part of you, but your living space is your big secret.
That stuff is way more intimate than what I look like naked. Like looking into my mind.
One of your sexiest features.
Oh, so you love me from my mind, huh?
I do.
No, it's kind of strange now that I think about it. In spite of all your baggage, he doesn't hesitate to tell me he loved me.
Well, it was true. Which is not to say that I wasn't terrified.
You were?
Indeed. There's no guarantee that I won't lose you the way I lost Dawn, which scares me more than a little. But I've come to know that the people who teach you the most are worth the risk of a broken heart.
Schmooch.
And I can see this being the end of another book, or maybe another chapter. like a good chapter end would go here, if anything.
You three are no doubt curious about why I've gathered you together.
You want to help? You want us to help help you find a portal to the realm where it's King Arthur times?
You want it? You want to know if you'd look good in a fedora? The answer is no.
You're very excited about the return of the McRib.
Okay, clearly divulging the URL of my blog was a mistake. Live and learn. No, the reason I gathered you here was to discuss some management changes.
You aren't leaving, are you?
No, we're just filling the assistant manager position again. In fact, it's essentially filled.
Wait, so we don't even get a shot at it?
Well, in your case, it'd just be a waste of a bullet.
So how exactly does this change affect us?
Well, I need you and Ed to run the game section.
Come again? Why can't I do it myself?
Since neither of you are full-time, the work has to be split. Brooksy can do it by herself. Now, Brooksy can't do it by herself. We both report to her, and she'll report to me.
We're all links in the chain of command.
Why can't I run games with Wes?
Because this isn't a debate. I want you and Ed to do it. You want the opportunity, or not?
Yes, fine. Work with the irredeemable Ant-Man.
Any problems, Ed? Nope, I'm fine working with hawk-nosed Muppets.
I'm hesitant.
No worries, this will be good for them.
Okay, so this notebook has all the stuff to do in it, like instructions. Can't figure it out, you can ask me or John. If I'm not around, I mean. You should ask me first, because I'm the boss.
Is it written in crayon? I don't think it'll hold Edward's attention otherwise.
I should be fine as long as I have your childless antics to amuse me.
My antics aren't childish.
But you admit there are antics. Regardless of descriptor, they should keep me entertained. Okay, yeah. Now I'm starting to have second thoughts about this course of action.
You've made a terrible mistake. Hey, John, over here. I made you a bento.
Thanks. Thanks, I don't know what that is.
Basically, pretty food. It's ghost themed.
Alex, I don't think I can eat this.
Mostly rice. It's mostly ham, rice, and tofu.
It's not that. I just don't think I can eat an art project.
You may as well eat it. If you don't, I will. 2 bento boxes is like a warm-up for me.
Okay. Was it cool working here?
Yeah, I guess. It's easy anyway.
Like government job or something?
Wouldn't know. Never worked for the government. My family owns this place.
I want to work in your building, please. I want to work in library place. Please.
What are you talking about? Family can't own a public library.
Look at the sign. It's not one.
I never noticed it before.
Most people don't. Still, we act as a public resource for all intents and purposes.
How the hell did you and your family end up owning the library?
My great-great-grandpa was eccentric, to put it as kindly as I can, and he fancied himself a book or two. This place started as Grandpa's personal collection. He learned to read at a very early age as he was sickly in his youth. Some of the oldest books are essentially priceless. Kept every book he ever purchased. By the time this town was founded, he had filled his home with books. We were all relocated here. He'd already made a fortune and wanted a quiet place to live, away from the city.
Doesn't get much further away than Kansas.
Indeed. At the time this place was a wasteland. By European standards.
It is still. It still is, arguably.
Snarky comments notwithstanding, Grandpa saw an opportunity to help shape a town the way he wanted. Fortunately, the other founders weren't as high-minded as he.
How so?
Grandpa liked knowledge and learning, and they liked whores, like more than a friend. Most of the old stores on Main Street have tunnels leading to the site of the brothel.
Really? That's dedication.
This is Grandpa Werfel. I'm named after him.
The resemblance is, very strong.
He was a financial genius, having shrewdly avoided disaster in the First Great Depression. Gave generously to causes he believed in, and in spite of everything, morally and in spite of being morally upstanding, he was known to enjoy ribald comedy.
I think my great-grandpa was a grocer or something. Hey, Reggie, got a second to talk?
Yeah, alright. What's up?
Just wanted to say excellent work on the broken shelving the other day. that kind of thing isn't seen as valuable skill these days, sadly, but I appreciate your attention to detail.
Oh, hey, awesome. I was afraid that I might have been lost on you. When we showed up, I assumed you'd be another know-nothing sent here to fail. But you proved me wrong. There's actually some smarts behind those puppy dog eyes.
That is, a strange compliment, but thanks. Every time I think I made progress with Reggie, we have a weird interaction and it feels like I've started over.
He's a sad, strange little man, and he has my pity.
That from something?
But it's always like that, you know? He was nicer when I started.
He was? What happened?
He was borderline for a while, and he crossed the border.
Now that I think about it, most of the team's been here a while. You guys don't talk about what it was like before me much.
It was not good. There were 3 managers before you since I was here. It was always learning new people.
Ah, right. That was probably very hard on you.
Exasperating, but Reggie used to help.
Really? Do you have time to tell me about it? Maybe it would help me help him.
You want to spend the afternoon hearing tales of Reggie?
It's not the first thing on my list of activities. Such is the fate of a manager.
Okay, so this ain't one buddy's story. It's the story of us all. Gotta listen and remember. Cause what you hear today, you gotta tell the birth tomorrow. In the before times, back in the long, long ago.
Okay, so one of us is supposed to help guests today, and one is supposed to build a display until unit for a new release day. What do you want to do? Still nervous, huh? It's no big deal. I can work floor today.
Thanks. Not super good at building stuff, especially when I'm nervous. But I did my best. Except someone asked me for help in the middle of things. And it made me mess up. I left out some stuff.
Isn't it supposed to do something?
I'm not sure.
Looks like there were some parts in the box.
Do we still put them in?
These are usually one-shot deals, but maybe I could do it from the bottom or something.
Eventually found out that the front was the only way in.
I think I can stick the motor in here. But it's too dark. Suppose you got a flashlight on you, huh?
Will this work? I held the lighter so Reggie could see. There was a lot of little plastic stuff inside the display. I didn't know how close I was getting. The melting plastic dripped on my hand, and I dropped my lighter.
Oh man, that was dumb. What was I even thinking? Come on, we better get some ice on that.
I never found out exactly how it happened, but I guess the plastic kept burning while Reggie took me to wrap my hand. Didn't know anything was wrong until we came back. We returned to devastation.
Okay. How the hell did this happen?
I was fine when we left. Roxy burnt her hand. We had to leave it.
Burnt her hand? Okay. Just start from the beginning.
We told the whole story. It was grim.
Guys, I honestly don't know how this is going to go down. Steph already hates Reggie.
'Cause I know she's been stealing.
If you really believe that, then now's the time to call that aunt of yours. 'Cause I've got nothing.
When the manager showed up, she really let us have it. Reggie tried to explain, but she wasn't having it. Fired on the spot. It wasn't easy. She went easy on me because I just stood there, crying. Reggie felt betrayed.
Or were you back there? I needed help.
I didn't.
Thought we were friends.
I'm sorry. It's okay, sweetheart. It'll be fine once we sort this all out. But he wasn't. Not ever again. It be okay, dear? Shaking like a leaf. Yeah. Just anxious. Here, why don't you have this? Maybe you'll feel a little better if you wear it. Remember.
Wait, you said Reggie was fired. Why was he here now?
The next day, loss prevention showed up unannounced. Like men in black. The real kind, not the Will Smith kind. everybody got talked to. It was scary. But the video manager was the only one they took to the back.
Interrogation. I've only ever heard about what they do.
Carly, the video manager from the before times, had been helping Stephanie steal. She told on Steph so they'd go easy on her. When Steph came to work, cops were waiting.
Brutal.
Reggie was there when they escorted Steph out. His aunt restored his employee files personally. He was scary.
Heads. Everyone get up, stretch, and do all that jazz. Take care of yourselves because you deserve to take care of yourselves. And get this. Come back up here. Back here. Alright, come back here. There we go, and welcome back everybody who is stuck in Ad Hell. Just getting a couple things sorted on the backside. Back end, backside, it's all the same.
She was scary.
Yeah, I dealt with her on several occasions. Looks to you like she's thinking the most efficient way to kill you.
Yeah. Terrifyingly sexy.
Oh god, yes. You know, she's kind of young to be his aunt. I don't think she's much older than me.
Married in, probably.
Ah, of course.
Anyway, she left Thomas in charge for a while. He hated it. Reggie was insufferable.
I can see how it was. I can see as how a win like that might up the arrogance quotient.
Yeah. He never forgave me. And that's when I really found out why the others don't like him.
Wow. Kind of tragic, actually. Changed so drastically over such a minor thing.
But he didn't. Not really.
Come again?
I'm afraid of things, but I'm strong too. I mean, I can be. Nobody's one thing, right? Reggie's mean and arrogant and stuff sometimes, but there's good in him too. And, I know it's there, and it makes me so mad. Got to see it before, but I don't get to anymore. And it fucking sucks.
Ah, God. Here we go. My favorite arc for my favorite character.
Since last we spoke, I've been using my various resources to catalog locations that are historically known to be haunted. I have compiled a list categorized by distance from our base. However, I only listed locations in Kansas or the adjacent states. Contacts are included for cases where such information was freely available. I've also begun researching insurance policies that would cover our activities.
Which is your favorite? Reggie. Reggie gets such a good fucking redemption arc. It's one of my favorite portions of your comic in its entirety. We get to hear this backstory, and then we get to just have him... he's by no means a perfect character, but he becomes so much better from the insufferable piece of shit that he is currently. And it's just... chef's kiss. Oh my god. Like I could go on at infinitum to just why I love Reggie's character arc. It's only right he would be your favorite, which makes you say that.
Whoa. You don't do anything halfway, do you?
Anything or anyone worth doing is worth doing right.
This is amazing.
The Reggie in me. Aww.
This is amazing. Never heard of most of these places.
Yeah, the internet is a cesspool when it comes to accurate information.
To accurate research? Ugh.
You have to go to physical sources if you want proper facts. We've been digitally storing papers and whatnot since I was little.
Still, the fact that you made it an ebook is something else.
Technically, I just compiled information. An employee formatted the actual book. Because I am not above abusing the vast power I wield.
I want to work in your establishment.
You have employees?
It's a good thing you're so pretty. Did you think I spent all my time here?
Well, yeah, no. Guess I wasn't thinking. But this place is pretty great. Person can almost live here.
Actually, you can. Literally. The basement is a fully furnished tornado shelter. Shower, fridge, king-sized bed. If we get stuck here overnight, we could totally sleep here.
Not against the rules to be here all night?
Nope. I mean, I pretty much make the rules up as I go. If you want to stay here all night examining evidence, then so be it. Plus, you can use as many conference rooms as you want, as long as nobody else is using them.
There are a lot of competition for space?
The other clubs get along for the most part. I prefer to think of it as a kind of friendly aggression.
Friendly aggression, huh? So, how many clubs are there?
Well, there are some old school book clubs. They don't last very long, generally. We also get community groups from time to time. Apart from those, we have some RPG groups, anime and cosplay, furries.
Seriously, it's more than that. Wait, did you say furries?
Yes, there is a furry club.
Like with the costumes and everything?
Some of them have fursuits, yes.
Are they like all into the weird sexual stuff?
That would depend on what you consider weird, wouldn't it?
Dressing up as dick wolves and rolling around on one another. I would consider that weird.
That hardly ever happens, I would imagine.
When do they meet? Want to see it? I want to see a real life furry.
No way, I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on, why not?
Because you're just gonna make fun of them and be mean. They're nice people. They just want to enjoy their hobby in peace.
I'm not gonna be mean, I swear. Just want to see furries in their natural and potentially sexy environment.
No way, Buster. This isn't furries in the mist.
Okay, what's it gonna take to get you to let me observe these furries?
Seriously?
Yes, let's make a deal.
Okay, you feed the club for 2 meetings. Do that and you're allowed to attend, but no shenanigans.
Done.
Thursday, 8 p.m., no less than 5 pizzas. I'll email you more specific details.
Awesome. Wait, 10 pizzas?
Didn't think that through one, did you, John? Did you suggest giving games to Reggie out of guilt?
I don't know. No? I know he can do it. He's serious about work, you know?
He does go at it full force. Never seen anyone care so much about something so insignificant.
So you've never been on the internet?
Aha, good point. Makes me wonder if I find some sort of answer there.
Don't look for it, Taylor. You may not like what you find.
So, did you hear about this assistant manager thing?
I was the first person to turn it down.
No shit. Why'd you do that? You could have done it.
I felt maintaining the status quo took priority.
Really? I've been operating under the impressions that you weren't a fan of the status quo.
Yes, well, the complexities of my personality confound even my closest friends.
Well, thanks to you, I'm stuck running a department with Reggie.
Fail to see how that's my fault.
Ah, but it is. I'm the only part-timer you let run customer service. Therefore, if you advance, I'm the most likely to fill your hole.
Edward, I like you, but please never talk about filling my hole again.
Don't be gross, Carol.
That is a request which I cannot comply.
Fine. Putting that aside, aren't you usually at odds with John?
One could make such an argument. What of it?
Aren't you worried he might make trouble for you now? Right, I'm not sure what possessed me to voice that.
We've had our differences in the past, and I'm not one to forgive quickly, but John knows better than to start a fight he can't win. Guest service is the alpha and omega of any trip through this store. I keep an eye on those monkeys on the floor when the manager can't, and I make sure every guest leaves satisfied. If he wants his days off to be free from worry, he'll let me do things the way I always have.
Your ability to add menace to the mundane is enviable.
It's not what you say, Edward. At any rate, we should at least have some stability for a change. You'll keep an eye on Reggie, so that'll be fine, right?
I guess. He's not trying to do everything himself, he's perfectly capable.
I'll believe it when I see it. For now, I'm just glad you're his keeper.
It should be complimentary if I wasn't hearing an undertone of instead of me.
Welcome to the arena of the capable, where our spirits are either broken or tempered. Hey Joe, did you have a good day at work? It was something. Working on another costume? Indeed. It's a human representation of Princess Sweet Dream from Crusader Kittens. I want to be ready in advance this year. In fact, there's still plenty of time to get a ticket for a friend. She strongly hinted. I know someone who'd make an adorable caramel kiss. I have braids. Just try on the stuff for me. I know you'll look great. I guess. Does everybody want to dress me up? Did you give me all the things? It seems not done.
And like that, 1,000 people were awakened.
Oh my god, I could just die. You and me both, sister. All we'd have to do is get a wig or bleach your hair white and you'd be perfect. You're so adorable, I could hardly stand it. You think so? I don't think I could dress like this with people around. Yeah, I know, it's way over the top. It just popped into my head and I couldn't help myself. If I toned it down, would you think about going this year? To any con, I mean? Maybe, but I need 50% more pants, or at least 25. Well, I knew there'd be haggling on this. Didn't really think I'd get the shorty shorts past you. Although you may as well keep those. I certainly can't wear them. You act different in a costume. Do I? Guess I never thought about it. Do you feel different? No, I'm perfectly fine. Sorcery! A cat pun? Interesting. What have you done to me? Meow. What is this dark music? It's me. It's not me, kitten. That's the power of cosplay working through you. No, it's not true. It's impossible. Search your felines. You know it to be true.
Oh, I didn't see this because it got blocked. Here we go. Reggie was originally going to have his own series called That Bastard Reggie. It was basically an exercise in seeing if I could set up a character as an antagonist, then turn this into the protagonist at least to some degree. At the end of the first arc, I realized it would be easier to just make him part of a comic I was already doing. Wow. I can also see how it would be a lot more difficult to have him as a standalone, because more often than not, when you're doing a redemption arc like that, it needs to be very, very well timed and paced to have people like follow along with it properly. Like, don't get me wrong, it can be done. It's just a lot harder, and especially with people going along the lines of, oh yeah, Arc 1 Reggie is great. We want to be just like Arc 1 Reggie. No, you don't. No, you don't. So it's like, I could definitely see how just fitting him into a normal, like into a side main character sort of idea would make it a much easier time. And especially since there's no like true main character at this point. Like, it starts off with Thomas as the main character for the most part, but then everyone gets about an even amount of screen time, to the point where there's no proper protagonist. Everyone is a protagonist in their own right, and everyone's not a protagonist in their own right. It's much like it's why I love this comic so much, because it mirrors real life so well that it's no one story feels overpowered by one person being the protagonist of like, oh, this side story that's going on, but the protagonist needs to go fight the big bad. Don't get me wrong, I love stories like that, but this is like such a wholly unique experience between failures that you've created that I honestly have a hard time finding other comics that are similar. I can think of only one off the top of my head that even comes close to being like this. And it's a really rare thing. Like the interconnectedness of all our stories. Exactly. Like, it's the human experience. All of our stories are connected. There is no protagonist. And if you believe that you are the protagonist, you can be right. You are the protagonist of your own story. You are the hero of your story, but you're not the protagonist of that guy you walked by this morning. He's the protagonist of his story. It's one of the reasons that I love Between Failures so much, and it's honestly such a well-written story. But back to the cat puns. Search your felines. You know it to be true.
You know, I think you might be right on this one.
Not uncommon. I am pretty smart.
I'm still not sure I could do this around people, even with more clothes.
Don't worry about it. The offer has no expiration date. That said, we're probably gonna want to get in on this while we're young enough for it to be cute, you know? I'm not sure what the shelf life is for a cosplayer. You can be any age in cosplay. Don't let age be the reason you quit. Like, I've seen plenty of cosplayers that are in their like 50s and 60s and older. Like, as long as you're a nerd and you love doing it, go for it. Who the fuck cares?
Maybe someday.
I hope so. You'd really like cons once you get acclimated to them. Anyway, I at least want some pictures while I have you all dolled up. We can watch some Crusader Kitten shows after, okay?
Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna need flood insurance. We don't tolerate any hooliganism on this space station, but there won't be any trouble if you keep your olfactory orifices clean. There won't be any there won't be a problem. Last thing we need is trouble. I love the Mass Effect reference here. I love it so much, and I went through all the Mass Effect games with my roommate, and they played it with me, and it's such a great series, and I really hope they do justice for Mass Effect 4, because God, Mass Effect 3, the ending. Ugh. The guy was a jerk. Why didn't you tell him to eat a dick? We need strong allies to stop a galactic threat. Even in space, diplomacy is my preferred tactic. Whatever. This game's weird. You play it wrong. The whole universe is gonna think humans are pussies. Or whatever the equivalent organ is.
Sure, I've heard of gallon wheels. What's it worth to you?
How does 20 monies sound?
A little cheap.
You gave that little turd 30 monies?
You have two scary aliens with you bristling with guns.
How I play bothers you so much, why not play it in my stead?
I don't want to play your stupid space nerd game, nerd.
Fine then. I'll keep saving the galaxy my way.
So, talking all you do in this game?
The better part of your game is spent communicating with people and things, but no, it's not the only thing you do. There's a significant amount of exploring and fighting. Can't always avoid conflict, but you get experience no matter how you deal with the situation. You can also romance some characters.
Like go on dates and stuff?
Not as such, not usually. But they can travel in your party, and if you interact with others in ways they approve of, you can eventually become physically intimate.
You can nail your crew? Which one are you doing?
Her?
So predictable. She's cute. Falls a little flat compared to me, don't you think?
Quite. Which is actually very uncommon.
Uncommon?
Yeah, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were probably designed by a man. A super awesome man. Dear whoever designed my girlfriend, I offer up my sincerest thanks. Much love, Thomas.
Your flattery is nothing if not creative. I'm pretty sure this is the first time a prayer of thanks has ever been offered up over me.
It's important to take time to appreciate our blessings.
Oh my god.
So awesome, the man. Here.
Huh? I don't want this.
Too bad. You have to at least try it. If you don't like it, you can punish me in whatever way you see fit.
Bring it on.
Okay, this is the first game. You'll be the avatar you create for 3 games, so be sure you make one you like.
I'm really gonna play that long.
Lots of girls get obsessed over it, especially the romance stuff. I think you'll like it too. One of the few games you can actually play as a female who isn't just eye candy. She has her own dialogue and everything.
Fantastic. I feel so liberated.
This is generic female Fisher. A lot of people play as her without modifying stuff.
A redhead, huh? I'm glad the makers embrace gender superiority. How's this? Pretty close, right? I'm not used to trying to build myself. Your one looked totally like you. My one's a little bit off.
I think it's easier for dudes. Males tend to be the default in games. And white, so I'm 2 for 2.
Look, Thomas, it's me when I'm 30. I look like my mom. I'd be such a MILF.
Indeed. I'm not sure I can handle you playing through 3 games of Space Milk, Carol. My heart may not hold out.
You need to build up tolerance now, dear. That right there, that is my future. Future where our daughter's boyfriends wish they had me, and our son's girlfriends wish they were me.
Man, future's gonna be bright. I'm gonna be so bright I'm gonna need welding goggles.
Enough talk. The universe isn't gonna save itself. How do I shoot this thing?
The game will guide you through it.
Zap, zap, zap. That's right, aliens. Don't step on humanity. Don't step to humanity. There's one thing we know how to do. It's kill a bitch.
I've been second thoughts about unleashing you on an unsuspecting universe. The council is too lenient with your species. Somebody needs to put your kind in their place. I'm sick of humans wandering around like they own the universe.
Pow. We do. We've just been letting you use it. Don't make us change our minds. Diplomacy.
Is not what you've just illustrated. So now that you've played for a bit, what do you think?
It's okay, I guess. I like the whale guy. He's grumpy.
Well, you don't have to keep playing if you don't really like it. I wanted to show it to you.
No, mine.
Okay, we'll just let you keep playing this, shall I? Hydronians stole my planet's oceans. We're forced to wander the galaxy looking for a place to swim again.
We'll find an ocean for you, for your people, Un. I swear it.
I was wrong about your kind, Fisher. Some of you do have honor.
Oh,
You made a friend.
shut up. Best fish I ever met.
much later. Hey, Care Bear, you think it's maybe time you took a break?
But they need me.
Sweetheart, put the controller down.
I need to do a thing. All the things.
They'll keep coming up with little tasks forever. You've got to save and rest.
I love this so much. Why? Why did you show this to me?
I was hoping it would be something we could enjoy as a couple, and we should judge your tolerance to quality storytelling.
Thomas, can't help but notice Carol seems a little off today. And yet you're as fresh as the morning dew. Impressive.
I only wish I was capable of the eroticism you are, no doubt, imagining. I showed her a cool video game. She wore herself out playing it.
God, you are such a disappointment sometimes.
Nina, this is advice. This advice is a bit out of character for me, but you need to have a lot of sex very soon, very a lot.
Some of us adhere to store policy when it comes to dating.
You spent every day for years trying to pair Carol and I off.
Yes, and your constant resistance seems to have infected everyone else. Not saying that my frustration is all my fault, but your hands are far from clean.
I don't know. My hands were dirty, they probably smell like Carol.
Keep twisting the knife, you jerk. Just keep on twisting your gross knife. Been a mild summer. Yeah. Feels like nothing much has happened. I like that. Everything happens too much. You're so zen sometimes, Jolene. You ever wish something amazing would happen? You already did. My birthday is soon. Is it? Wow, I don't know how old you are. 20. Oh, thank goodness. Second, I was afraid I'd grossly overestimated your age. Your appearance is youthful. Nice save. You should do something big for your birthday. A big party or something. I can rent some space, maybe get a band to play. Jess. Oh, we could do costumes. I always wanted to do a costume party. Jessie? Huh? Remember that time I was shy? It's still then. Sorry. Wasn't thinking. I was starting to plan a Jessie birthday, then a Brooksy one. Do you even want to do anything? Yeah, with my friends. And movies. Movies? Really? Are you sure you're feeling okay? That's so unlike you. Picking up on the sarcasm. Oh, are you picking up on anything else? Anything at all? Maybe? Schmooch.
Dude, what do you know about furries? Firstly, why do you ask? Secondly, perhaps more importantly, why do you assume I know something about them? Because you always know about weird shit, like how Transformers reproduce. Hypertronian biology is not weird shit. It's legitimate science. Call it whatever, it's still robot sex. Hypertronians are known to reproduce asexually. They don't have a clear gender dynamic, you fool. All you're doing at this point is strengthening my argument. Yeah, but I'm also establishing dominance in our relationship, which is what this is really about, isn't it? You're so incredibly gay for me. Don't change the subject. Don't. Get off, you dink. Homoeroticism wins again. And yet, Senpai scent lingers in my mind. I swear, Thomas, do you know about furries or not? Of course I do. What do you take me for? Don't answer that. Before I answer any questions, why the sudden interest? Have you discovered an aspect of yourself that was previously obscured? Because of a girl, sort of. So no, then. Okay, the action plan for this fixture has two possible setups. Store doesn't have either of the shelving units required, so I improvised. Looks good. Get my toolkit and we're gold. That's it? You're just letting me have this? It's fine. Why would I argue? I don't know. That's what I've come to that's just what I've come to expect. Listen, Mini Wheat. As long as you do a good job, I don't have a problem with you. Except that you've wormed your way into everyone's hearts like a heartworm and you're here to stay. We run games, well, it could mean big things for me. As long as you don't drag me into your hobbit hole, we won't have a problem. Hobbit hole? Is that a euphemism? Are you hitting on me? God, you're insufferable. Later, Kinder Egg. I'll be damned. It actually worked.
I should be doing something.
I thought you were.
I mean, goals and stuff. This is great, but
I understand. Don't feel like you're accomplishing anything. You can go in a minute. I want to show you something. My last boyfriend brought me out here about a year ago. I was a little drunk, but I still remember this place.
really?
Yeah, kind of seared into my brain, you know?
Are those graves?
It's a family. Apparently they had a house around here. Or there was even a real town.
Mother, father, son, daughter? No names, no dates.
Whoever they were is lost to time. Tried to find out. Go to the library was really helpful even. But all we found out was a story handed down from the great-grandparents of the people who own this land.
Lost souls.
Yeah.
What is the story? What was the story?
Oh well, apparently someone wanted to make an offer on this land. When they knocked, no one answered. They heard coughing and decided to check on the family. They found the father bedridden, too weak to move. The kids were in their beds with the mother slumped beside them. They were already gone. He died within the week. Nobody even paid for proper headstones. Guess they were in debt and no one wanted to spend more money on them.
Unacceptable.
Edward Lincoln is more irritating than I can describe with words.
You know a fair amount of words. It's something of an accomplishment.
I don't understand why you like that gnome so much.
People have been saying the same thing about you for years. You should be glad I marched to my own beak, Reggie.
Well, I'm glad I can't hear it then. Must be unpleasant and cacophonous.
Again, similar words.
The rest of the apes that work here don't have any right to talk shit on me. They're far from perfect themselves.
Yeah, but they get along for the most part. And they do their jobs largely without accidents.
Things that happen to me are just quirks of fate, unavoidable.
No, they're accidents that happen because you refuse to ask for help. Or can't because you've alienated everyone. Shit, you won't even ask me for help most of the time.
Because asking you for help is like asking for help from a mob boss. Always comes with conditions.
Such unkind words, Reggie. You wound me.
Spare me, Tom. If it hurts, it's only because it's true.
Never said that there wasn't truth to your words, but that just they bruised my tender soul. But fine, you're right. I leverage favors for gain. What of it? Someone who benefits from my machinations on a regular basis, I think it's strange you don't appreciate my methods. Since you clearly have talent for it, too.
I do?
Reggie, you have all the necessary tools for greatness. You just need to organize your toolbox. And you've always known you are cut above, right?
Of course. People are just too dense to see it.
Exactly. You need to learn to use the tools you already have. In fullness of time, you will ascend to your rightful place.
I'm listening.
I know you are, Reggie. You're a good listener.
You're kind of quiet this evening.
Ben took me someplace today that made me think about stuff. Deep stuff.
Want to talk about it?
It was a little plot of graves. No names.
Ah, I get people asking about that place from time to time. Last person was a tall, dark-haired girl.
Did she have glasses?
She did indeed.
That's my friend, I think.
This is serendipitous. I always wished I'd have taken down her name. So I actually found information much later on.
What did you find?
Well, as you know, my ancestor was a town founder. Kept journals his entire life. They are fairly detailed and wide of scope. Entries about contemporaries he had very little respect for. Mentions one of them trying to force family off their land. Family that was eventually found dead.
Oh.
Since there wasn't a town per se, there also wasn't any law. The story was that they were found sick and dying. But the facts don't add up in my opinion.
You think it was murder?
I do. As did my grandfather. The bodies were burnt and buried,
ostensibly to prevent the spread of disease, which was never a common practice in America. Not even 45 years later during the flu pandemic.
That's awful. What happened then?
Well, the murdered family had substantial debt. Land was reclaimed to pay it off, and the man who wanted it bought it. They farmed it for many years while the town was being constructed, except no one trusted them from then on. Thanks in no small part to the suspicions of my grandfather, who kept a watchful eye on them. Eventually it became impossible for them to do business. The entire family moved west, but they also anglicized their surname. A strange move for a family who proclaimed their heritage proudly before that time.
Wait, so never got caught? I mean, they just got away with it?
No one was ever charged with a crime, if that's what you mean. But back then, forensics was nothing compared to what it is now. No one believed they could prove wrongdoing. Being publicly shunned was as... No one believed they could prove wrongdoing. Being publicly shunned was as bad as it got.
But justice!
Justice is something made up, Jolene. In reality, sometimes the bad guys win. The world is only as just as we make it.
This sucks. It's so sad. I wish I didn't know about it. I want to scrub my brain out. Ah! Why would she show me that?
Sometimes history shows us the worst humanity has to offer. But you can't bury your head and pretend it never occurred. We must face the past with open eyes if we hope to learn from it.
What's to learn from this?
I don't know. Sometimes history is a stone-cold bitch. I heard you leave. Are you okay?
Yeah. Just wanted some air.
And wanted to fuck it up with smoke. I was too blunt earlier.
The way I like movies?
I guess not.
Rules. They make sense. Have rules. What you do comes back to you. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Evil is punished, good is rewarded. Almost every movie is like that.
Fiction is often reflective of the order humans desire in the world.
Yeah, but in the end they're lies. Just exquisite lies.
You know that's not true, Jolene. You know it better than anyone I've ever met. You're just letting the harsh glare of reality obscure your view.
I guess.
A year or so ago, a beautiful raven-haired girl came to me looking for answers. Answers I didn't have. She was with a boy who could not have cared less about the lives of people now long dead. Even I, of all people, could see how much that hurt her. Today you come to me with the same questions. A quest, if you will, passed to you from that very same girl. Chance, perhaps? Irrelevant. A beautiful continuation of a story. Our story. History.
You're good at words.
I pride myself on my extensive vocabulary.
Oh, I mean, you make stuff sound important.
I've been too long in proximity to you. Jolene, how we deal with the past is easily as important as how we face the future. I know you'll make this experience part of you and find a way to share what you learned. I'm glad I decided to let you be my roommate, because now I get to be a part of that. I'm going to leave you to your musings. All the world's a stage, as they say. Truly hope you remember the value in your part.
Wait, before you go, you never told me the name of the family. The one in the cemetery.
Booth was the surname. Spelled with an E, strangely. Maybe they changed it after the war. Anyway, good night.
Okay, what the hell is up with Reggie? We're gonna have to narrow that field just a tad. There are a lot of things potentially up with him. Well, he's acting all magnanimous and lofty, like he has all the answers, because he's not telling me what they are like usual. Maybe he had an epiphany of some sort. No way, this has your stink all over it. What did you do? I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations. Realize by saying that, you've all but confirmed your guilt.
Yes, much like a supervillain, I have a deep psychological need for my misdeeds to be acknowledged. Even praised, if I'm honest. Go on, then.
What did you do?
I reinforced beliefs Reggie already has.
What, that's it? There has to be more. It's acting like a broken version of you.
Oh, God damn it, Thomas.
Did you figure it out? Did you figure it out?
Did you tell him he was your successor or some shit?
Not in so many words.
Then yes, I figured it out. What I want to know, however, is why you would choose to do such a ridiculous thing.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, God.
The easiest way to manipulate people is to tell them what they already want to believe, then skew it, ever so slightly, in your favor.
Great. Why?
Amusement, primarily. But he's also more docile, whatever. He's also more docile when he thinks he's in on a secret.
Wait, are you doing it right now to me?
Because it sounds a lot like what you'd think I'd want to hear. Of course not, you're aware of the trick. You're immune.
Get out of my head, you bastard!
Could you please repeat that?
The people buried in a little cemetery outside of town are named Booth.
No way. You think they're related to Reggie?
I don't know, I guess. But I have to ask, you know?
The conversation is likely to be a strange one. Well, stranger than a normal conversation with him at any rate.
Hey, Reggie. What are you... No, Hey, Reggie. How do you feel about... No, fuckity fuck. Hey, Reggie. Did any of your old relatives ever go missing, never to be heard from again? Well, I've got news for you. They're buried in unmarked graves on the outskirts of town. Let's go visit them, shall we? Fuck buckets.
Rehearsing something? Sorry, should have approached less stealthily.
Hubris trained you too well.
You come to talk to Reggie about how weird he's acting? He's been acting?
Acting weird?
You haven't seen it? Oh, this should be good.
Hesitant.
Wah.
So casual.
Weird, right? Like seeing my dad without his mustache.
Why is this?
Apparently Thomas implied that Reggie was worthy to be a successor. So here we are. I know. I don't understand his motivations any better than you do.
Hey there, boss. How's it going? Cool. Super. Find those shells we needed, Ed?
You didn't have the right sizes. Got as close as I could. Gonna look a little weird.
Oh, that's cool. It's no big deal. I mean, it's on the checklist, but whatever. There's your viewpoints. Turmoil.
That is a man at war with his very soul.
Reggie, could I talk to you for a sec? Like, alone? Yeah, sure. Sure, Ed can handle this, seeing as we don't have the right parts anyway. I'm sorry to bother you when you're busy. Whatever, it's just work, right? What can I do for you, boss? Could you get back to being other Reggie? I'm not prepared for this, you. Same me as I've always been. Sort of. I'm taking a break from intensity. Doesn't help me get any appreciation around here anyway. I appreciate you. Do you? Find that hard to believe. Last time I checked, you could barely stand me. You keep pushing me away, you dick. Nice. This is why I'm sick of trying so hard. You guys need a whipping boy, and I'm it. No, we don't. Just take things wrong. It takes things wrong. You get all touchy about stuff. Pick fights for no reason. No, I don't. To protect my interests. Nobody else will. We work at the same place. We're supposed to have the same interests. Why are you even arguing? Trying to be all cool like everyone wants? No, I'm sorry. It's like they warned you best. It's like that you was getting farther away. What is it you want from me? I want you to be Reggie. I want to help me keep my job. One always does his best, tries his hardest. After he makes mistakes and gets in trouble, that's who I need. I have Thomas, Nina, Carol, Ed, and a John. But I want my Reggie back.
The one who told me to stick with him the day I started. Because someday he was going to run this place. And he'd look out for me. I miss him.
Ah! Ah! Stop! My feelings. They're feeling things. Ah! God fucking damn it. I'm feeling.
Helping strangers scares me. I try to do my best. Can't talk to them right. You should have been video manager. Wasn't for me, I'd probably be a video manager already. I didn't earn it, but I didn't know what else to do. Thought it would be okay. We'd be friends again. Be around, I'd be okay.
Wait. I don't. There's something you were going to tell me?
There's some unmarked graves in the field a few miles outside of town.
I'm aware of them, yes?
Well, I felt bad that they don't have good stones. I mean, I found out their names.
Very noble? Why tell me?
Their name, it's Booth.
That's right, right there. Feel that. It's my favorite fucking part of the whole comic. Like, it's the kiss scene. Like, it's my favorite kiss scene in anything that I've seen, that I've read. But Reggie's arc, that moment when Joe just tears into him and you see the dawning realization of, what have I done? Ugh. It's so good.
Oh, wow. So, what was his reaction to that? He asked for my roommate's info, then politely left. You think I said too much?
Honestly, I don't know. Did you mean all that stuff?
Uh-huh.
I really bonded with him that much. That blows my mind.
Well, I mean, I met him right after you. He was way less scary. Sip, sip.
Alex, where should I put these?
Conference room 3, please.
There you are. Is that what you're wearing tonight?
Yes? Yeah? Why? What's wrong with this?
I thought this was a furry club thing.
Fine. Happy now?
Yes.
Going to be respectful about this, right? Not going to regret letting you come later, am I?
I will be a model of sophistication and tact.
You better be. It'll be weeks of grief for me if you cause some kind of trouble.
Hey, no worries. So, how many furs are we expecting? Like a pack's worth? A herd? What's a group of furs called?
A purgatory. It's hard to say exactly how many people will show. Everyone has different schedules.
Well, how many members are there in total?
Between 15 and 20 or so.
That many? That's enough for a hell of an orgy.
Unfortunately, the chances of one happening are very unlikely. Well, maybe not very unlikely, but still, don't get your hopes up.
Hey, I'm leaving early. Mike said I should tell you.
Everything okay? Not like you to give up hours.
I'm fine. I wanted to check on something.
Alright, cool. You pick that time up on the weekend if you like.
Okay. Thanks. You're wrong about me, you know? I'm not like you. Tried to act cool, like I didn't care about my job. Treated others like I liked them. They acted like there was something wrong with me. To top it all off, Jolene asked me outright to go back to acting normal. Whatever the joke was, you got me.
Is that really all you think I do? Huh. Anyway, dude, that stuff I said about being like me wasn't a joke. I mean, I knew you'd take it and do something silly, but I still meant it. Under all your bluster and narcissism, there was a good, kind person with integrity. But you built this weird persona around that person and keep people at arm's length. That way, we are very similar.
So what difference does it make? Maybe I like keeping myself to myself.
There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be friends with any of us to work here. In fact, one could probably make the case that it would be better that way. That said, you also don't have to be our enemy. There's balance between ally and adversary, and truly great leaders can find that balance. There are no shortcuts to respect. You have to prove you're worthy of it. I think you are.
I'm worthy of respect. Why is Joe video manager instead of me? I was here first. Why do I get passed over every time?
Because you're worthy of respect, but not ready for that responsibility that comes with it. Power makes you callous. You get a little and go full dictator. Much fun as it would be to watch that happen, actually care about what happens around here, and what happens to you. You and I have worked together a long time. Even though you may not think of me as anything other than an obstacle, I think of you as a friend. I appreciate your contributions to this store. Maybe that seems like I'm holding you back, but I'm trying to help you hold on to your job.
Alex, I'm done sweep. Oh, you're not Alex.
Oh, she stepped out for a minute. I'm John, maybe I can help.
Oh, hello, John. I'm Madison. I work here. I didn't really need it, so I don't really need help.
Ah, I see. Not part of this club then?
Oh, no, but sometimes I pretend I am. I like the snacks they bring. Don't tell on me, please.
Your secret is safe.
Excellent. Save lots of money on food because of clubs.
But doesn't that mean you're eating a lot of junk food? Like an unhealthy amount?
Ugh.
That thought never occurred to you?
All I thought of was savings. Such savings.
Well, you know the club only meets once every couple of weeks, right? Probably not as bad as I made it sound.
Oh, it's not?
I mean, it's not like smoking or whatever.
Yay, pizza claimed.
That was a quick recovery.
This is my pizza. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
No argument here.
Hey, Maddie. Hey, guy I don't know. What's up? Oh, hey, Bridget. This guy is John. I don't know him either, but he got us pizza, so that's good.
Hey. Booth, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for a librarian. Alexandria Melville? Anyway, these people know her, so I followed them. Some kind of club or something? Can I get in on that pizza?
Yeah. Just be wary of the plump blonde. He's kind of a loose cannon.
Some kind of heavy artillery, to be sure.
Dude, come on, don't be like that.
Like what?
Making mean-spirited jokes about people's weight.
Seriously? Would you do the same thing on many occasions?
Well, maybe, but I know better now. I'm grown as a person.
Kinda like that fat girl.
Okay, I'm giving you that last one because I gave you the perfect setup. Seriously, though. Last one. So, what's up with handsome McTossles here, Maddie?
He is quite good looking. I don't know. He was here when I got here. He knows Alex, though, and I think he's here for the meeting. Who's your one?
Think he said his name was Reggie? We found him outside looking at the library hours.
He wants to talk to Alex about something, so we told him she'd still be around. You think he wants to join too? Oh, God, I hope so. Those green eyes. I can't even. Yeah, we really need some more hot guys up in this.
Hello? Hot guy right here, ladies.
You don't count, Neil. Yeah, we already know you're ugly inside.
Not ugly inside, I'm just opinionated.
Yeah, but you're opinionated. Your opinions are mean. Oh, yes. And you're mean to people who disagree with you, and you don't like anything other people like. You say contrary things to start arguments. You don't point out faults in others to distract from your own faults. The things you like are always gross or mean, or even worse when Everina is around.
All right. Jeez, you guys have no sense of humor.
Also, dishes it better than he takes it.
Hey, guy, let's see if we can find Alex for you.
get you safely on your way, huh?
Oh, no, you don't. I'm the only actual employee here. I'll take him. Come on, let's go find the boss lady. One last thing, though. Don't touch my pizza.
Oh, Maddie. Okay. Think that's a good place to stop for now. We've got a good chunk of it. We're getting into the real meat of Reggie's storyline, and we'll get more later, and I'm so excited for it. As always, every time I reread Reggie's story arcs, it's just Reggie is such a good fucking character. Whew. Man, I love this shit. I love my job. Reading. I get paid to read. It's fantastic. Okay. So let's go ahead and find someone we can raid into. Ooh. Who is online? Punishable horror. Some mellow fellows online. Contraband police. Dragon's dogma. Catch you later. I need to pay attention to my work. Yeah, by all means, go ahead. Like if you need to, like, go right ahead. Who is online today that we can raid into? Bo Sheep's online. She's awesome. We don't care about you ads. Let's see. Gob the Goblin. Firewatch by Good Games Does Casual. Let's... Yeah, sure. Let's raid into some mellow fellow. We haven't raided him in a bit. Mellow fellow. There we go. Pretty decent person. Lovely chat. Lovely to chat with him every now and then. I appreciate him. Go show your appreciation if you so choose. Thank you everybody again for being here, if indeed you still are. Tell the people that you love them. Give them a hug. I will be streaming in a little bit on the other site. If you are able to partake, if you are of age. If you're not, you're gonna get banned. I can guarantee you, if I find out that you are not of age, I'm banning the fuck out of you in all of my my spaces. But that being said, tomorrow we'll be doing a chill stream of just gaming, more than likely. We'll see what it brings us, and then we'll do another salsa stream. But until then, take care of yourselves. You deserve to take care of yourselves, even if you think you don't. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you all then. Get up, stretch, get some water. Yeah. Until next time. Oh, I always forget this, but our raid message is... It will forever and always be, get appreciated, nerd! With any emotes that you like. Whichever ones you choose. But yeah. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your evening. See you in a bit if you are on that other site. Bye.